Welcome to Tuber Chat. Whether you're working on your first 1,000, 2,000, or even 10,000 subscribers and beyond, you've come to the right place. We're going to introduce you to some of the most influential content creators that can help to get your channel moving beyond your first 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. The very first channel that we're looking at right now seems to stream just about every day. This is somebody that came into the Tuber Chat family many months ago and had impact on our community right away. First of all, making frequent appearances here, being out supporting others. I run into them regularly. And even today, literally half an hour ago, I was in a live stream with Mel Runs Things. She was out doing a walk and talk, and we were talking about watch hours and things like that, literally talking about supporting other creators. That's just coincidence, because I already had this channel set up to be featured. We feature one channel at the beginning of every stream, and that's so that if you were to go back and look at our social media or watch the beginning of some of our replays, you'll be introduced to some of the most generous, loyal, and dedicated supporters in the Tuber Chat family over the years. So Mel Runs Things is now working on 1,800 subscribers. I see they've got a brand new video as well. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. That's a special playlist I use to get caught up or keep caught up with creators. We know that in her video she's planning to bring us lifestyle, family, cooking, fitness, and running, as well as much more, of course. Living her best life over 50 is really the idea. And then when we get into shorts videos, we see more variety here, getting into almost 600 views on one, but over 2,300 on two of them, which is great to see. And then live stream. She happens to have a live stream running right now. She's doing a lot of 12-hour live streams to rack up some watch hours, and those usually feature pleasant audio and visuals to go along with it. So hopefully everybody will connect with Mel Runs Things. You'll meet some more new friends when you're over there. And let's get to our next channel. At the end of the last stream, Rich Cat Ranch came in, and they are a longtime generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. They happen to be a member, but I just hit the end of the stream button right after they got into the chat, so I wanted to make sure we looked at their channel today. So we'll talk about their content in a quick second here. Greenland Quilter Katie, thank you so much for the kind words and the super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. You'll see that her link was dropped just a moment ago. That happens for super chatters, and we always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen. So we'll get you into a small list that I've got going on here. We're going to look at Canadian family life as well, because Tiffany just sent in a raid, and she dropped a premiere that actually had a shout out for us in it. I wasn't expecting that, but it was out of an inside joke. And I've often said that one of the most heartwarming things that I find on YouTube is not just the friendships that I make with people. I'm very grateful for that, but it's a heartwarming thing to see inside jokes and friendships being made and flourishing between other creators. And the inside joke I'm talking about is I mentioned the idea that I think lasagna is my favorite food, but I've had a lot more pizza in my life even today than lasagna. But Canadian Family Life dropped a lasagna how-to video, and it's pretty much almost in line exactly with the way that I make lasagna, but very quick video to watch as well, not much more than 5 minutes, but I hope everybody will go over there and see that. We'll talk more about that when we get to the channel in a few minutes here. Mel Runs Things is gifting a membership, so thank you for that extra generous support. She's done that kind of thing many times before. She also happens to be a member on our copyright-free music channel. If anybody hasn't already seen that, all the same music you hear in the background of Tuber Chat is available as copyright-free music you can use in your videos and streams. We have a separate channel for that, and the music's available on every major music platform, including YouTube Music, iTunes, Deezer, Spotify, and everywhere that we find music. So thank you for that. Lots of action today. Thank you, everybody, for an overwhelming beginning to this stream. It's at a little bit of a different time, so I didn't know what to expect. I know Two Pineapples is in the house. He's a longtime dear friend and one of the featured creators in our interview series. We've got another episode coming up this Saturday in place of a live stream. You'll still be able to connect with creators the same way we do here, but it will be a little bit shorter at about an hour and 15 minutes or so, I believe. And that premiere is already set up, so I hope everybody will set their reminders for that one. It's a very informative series, but I'll talk more about that later in the stream today. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like. My dear goodness, I don't even remember where I started. Pardon me. We're going to talk about Rich Cat Ranch in a second. I'm going to try to start my speech over. I was rambling for a second there. It's Marvella. Thank you for that super chat. We're going to look at your channel right after Greenland Quilter Katie. We always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen right away. Thank you, Scratch and PPA, for catching that. I can't tell you how many of my mistakes he's caught over this 800 episodes of Tuber Chat. He's been here for almost every single one, if you can imagine that. But thank you, and thank you everybody for trying to let me know. Broke but bountifully blessed Carol is in the house. All these members are getting added to the wheel right away, but over the course of the stream, we're going to be here for 3 hours. I'm going to add names to the wheel from our chat list based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation. We just put members and moderators onto the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. The source is here. Cruz Bolero's in the house, stitching it up. Capturing Country Life is here. Create and Relate is in the house and ready to be added to the wheel as well. Scratch and PPA and Michael's Adventures, of course, with Canadian Family Life, Just Jason Keto, and the Stock Explorer, all at the top of the wheel. There are beloved and dedicated moderators. As well as, I just added Create and Relate. Tim Mitchell, PK Adventure Travels is there. Mel Runs Things is our featured channel, so we're one channel ahead today. Defam Adventures, as well as Handicapped Travelers, and then Scotty J Travels and Affiliate Paradise Land. They're all on the wheel, and I'll add more members as we see them. Hopefully I haven't missed any. Lily Gazoo, good to see you in the house. And Elevated Mindset, good to have you here. Carol, My Quiet Corner, good to have you in the house. Coker Culture is here. They've been making frequent appearances as well. Bone Tired Travelers happens to be a member. I feel like I missed your channel at the end of the last stream as well, but I might be mistaken about that. I think they came in right after we ended. My Life Sunny Side Up. It's good to see you in the house. I'm going to do a little bit more introductions. I don't mean to miss anybody. Anfield Road Layout in the Loft and Cake and Meat Eat Day with Cherry was making me laugh right before we started. Even at Halloween, I don't wear makeup. Not ever. So, just so you know. And then Cruz Bolero's in the house. Darren the Fish is here. Janice Urfer, good to have you in the house. That's a longtime friend, actually. And then New Horizons Above and Beyond is here with us every day. Rushing Wind Mountain is Ruby. You've heard of that channel for sure. If you've been to Tuber Chat before, she's here every day. Sydney Cat is in the house. And again, hopefully I'm not missing anybody. As long as everyone's still active, we should get around to saying hello to everyone. So again, at the end of the last stream, Rich Cat Ranch slid in right as I was about to hit the button to end the stream. So we missed looking at their channel, and I just want to make sure we get a chance to talk about them right now. Rich Cat Ranch is officially on the road to 3,000 subscribers. And that's a very telling marker. From the beginning of Tuber Chat, or at least within the last few years, I've been mentioning the idea that I fully expect expect any channel that organically gets to 3,000 subscribers, naturally and organically, I fully expect them to have 10,000 subscribers if they want to, and possibly even 100,000 one day. Because of what you have to go through in your YouTube journey, you've seen a little bit of everything by the time you get to 3,000 subscribers. And like I said, that's organically, but you know what I mean. And then Cake and Meat Eat Day with Cherry is always making me laugh. That's Danforth Avenue Wellness. They're from Toronto. Rich Cat Ranch is going to bring us homesteading as well as animals, music, life, family, nature, and more variety. And they've been a friend for years, so they are connected to a lot of our other friends there. You'll meet more friends when you're over here as well. Lots of other homesteading channels and other channels, of course, in the kitchen. So they got a cooking video for their latest production. I've put that in my catch-up list. They've got some shorts over here as well, and these have gotten into 8,300, 8,500 views and beyond, and you can see the variety in those shorts videos. And then when we get into live streams, we see that they're live pretty frequently as well. I'm lucky to catch them occasionally. I just caught them a couple of weeks ago, and as long as we're all doing as much as we can for each other, everybody will be just fine. We keep the notification bells on for every channel to give us the best chance of catching each other for our live streams, premieres, and videos. And then Rich Cat Ranch, of course, is monetized. Lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. So next up is Canadian Family Life. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. R&B Roaming, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Cake and Eat Meat Day with Cherries making me laugh today. Nisha, Nesha Antoinette, good to see you in the house. Forgive me if I did not pronounce that properly. And for anybody in the chat at all, no matter how long we've known each other, if I'm not pronouncing your channel name the way you want it pronounced, please feel free to correct me, because I always want to pronounce every channel name the way you want it to be presented, if that makes any sense. Canadian Family Life is up on the screen. So I was just mentioning Tiffany. She does a lot of different videos. She's done a little bit of vlogging lately. That was kind of, it looks like, inspired at Christmas when she did a series of vlogs. She continues those sporadically today, but she's always been known for food bank grocery hauls as well as cooking videos. And there's our shout out for Tuber Chat today, because I talk about lasagna way too often for these streams, and she decided to make one. And like I said, it looks pretty much the way that I make lasagna, so I'm going to rewatch it. I'm going to put it into my catch-up list. But I was there for the premiere right before Tuber Chat. That's why we started a few minutes late today. She's got an impeccable container garden, and I know her husband shares responsibility there, because he's got a channel of his own called Chris's Creation Fun, where he works on solar equipment, does 3D printing, and works on the grow lights for that container garden. The family's hopping in and out of every video, and they're doing all kinds of stuff together all the time as a family. It's one of the things that I like about channels like this, where we can see the family togetherness. And then shorts on this channel have gotten into 2,800 views, 5,600 on one of them. Live streams are occasional. Tiffany comes on once every month or two, and she'll let us know when she's going to do another one. She's monetized, lots of ways to support her, including super chats and memberships when we get there. Not only did she make that video with a shout out for Tuber Chat today, which I appreciate, but she also dropped us a raid, and I really do appreciate that. It's a great way to give a channel a head start when you already have an audience. Your premiere or live stream ends, and some of the people there, I usually find 30 to 50%, go over to the next production, whether it's a live stream or a premiere. You can introduce a lot of friends to some of your favorite channels that way, and I certainly appreciate it today. So Greenland Quilter Katie's coming up. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. And Cooking with the Munchie Mafia official, I've got onto the wheel now. Tim Mitchell, the producer of that channel, came in not too long ago. He's got videos of his own. I've got that channel on the wheel as well. Greenland Quilter Katie dropped a super chat. She's done that kind of thing many times before. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. And for that reason, we always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen. Mel Runs Things, our featured channel for today. Thank you again for that gifted membership. It's an incredibly generous thing to have done. Cruising on the High Seas and Travel is Rob, another fellow Canadian. Good to see you here. And hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. When we look at Greenland Quilter Katie, this channel started coming into the Tuber Chat family. It's not quite a year yet, but when they started coming in, I was seeing a lot of their videos on their front page that were part of a series where they're showing us a great look around Greenland on the water here. So we get to see mountain views, icebergs, glaciers. I also noticed a lot of videos where I thought they were cut from live streams, but it turns out it's actually a podcast they've got going on. And then over the Christmas season, they started doing some shopping videos as well. So I'm happy to see the variety expanding here. And then shorts on this channel give us another look around Greenland, getting up to 2,800 and 3,100 views. And then when we look at live streams, we see that they are actually live frequently. This one here, this is starting to look like it's getting close to daily, and they've always got guests on the panel as well. So hopefully everybody will connect with Greenland Quilter Katie. As you can see, a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. They're also monetized. Lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get over there. Nesha Antoinette, thank you for the super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. We're going to look at It's Marvella right now for the same reason, and then we're going to put your channel right up onto the screen. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @ Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. Again, hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. But as long as everybody's still active, we should get around to saying hello to everyone. Like Abandoned and Forgotten Whales. We're going to put that channel up on the screen, or up onto the wheel, pardon me, because they happen to be a member, of course. And then, yeah, 2 pineapples. It's funny, too, because I'm listening to myself talk today, like overwhelmed with a busy beginning. But boy, have we made progress from the beginning. If you look at 2 Pineapples channel, we're actually going to talk about it in another moment here. Give me 5 more minutes. We're going to talk about 2 Pineapples channel and some of the unique things that they've done over the years. They've been with us pretty much from the beginning. That's a combination of Lou and Anna together. Husband and wife combo. Lou and I have become great friends over the years. We talk frequently, actually even on the phone. Anybody can reach out anytime. I'm on Instagram all the time, Facebook most of the time, Twitter some of the time as well, and occasionally when requested, Telegram. Olga's Crafts and Hobbies, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And Angel Light Over Darkness, I can't get a thought out of my head every day. Thank you for the highlighted milestone message. The last angel reading that I had from Angel Light Over Darkness, which was a couple of nights ago, she mentioned that I have a material possession that I may have to consider selling. And I can only think of 2 things of value. My truck, which I don't want to sell, and my vinyl records, which I don't want to sell. I still buy vinyl records to this day. But we'll see. I'm going to take that one with a grain of salt. But that's an example of the kind of things that Angel Light Over Darkness can let you know about. We'll look at her channel soon enough. It's Marvella's up on the screen right now. This is a creator who's been here at least once before. I think a couple of times, actually. But it's the first time we're putting their channel on the screen. So thank you for that super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. And I don't watch videos or subscribe while I live stream. But what I'm going to do is take your latest video. I'm going to put this in my watch later list. And what that will allow me to do is after the live stream today, I'll go through my watch later list. I'll watch your video in full. I'll leave you a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of this video. And then I will give you a thumbs up, subscribe, and put the notification bell on as I do for all creators. That should make our connection stick. And then hopefully you have our notification bell on as well so you don't miss our further live streams. We are usually here 3 times a week or more. We mix up the days and times so that we can meet different creators from around the world in different time zones. If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share. AceFlaw1 is here. His name is Andy. That's a creator who's been with me for about 6 years now, since before Tuber Chat was even a thought. I'd already been on YouTube for a few years before we started this channel, and Andy was a friend on my personal channel. He was with me through Playlist Buddy experiments we were doing, test streams to get ready for Tuber Chat, and he's been with us ever since, almost in every stream, if you can imagine, for 800 of these things. And then when we look at Nesha Antoinette, so this is a brand new channel, and thank you for that super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. You're gonna notice that Nesha Antoinette actually took over our Stream Boss position. That's the video game life meter right under my camera here. Every super chat, membership, and highlighted milestone message knocks a little bit of life off of this Stream Boss. The last person to knock it out and take over gets some extra exposure for a little while, but that $20 super chat was enough to knock it all out in one shot. So I really do appreciate that. I don't think they were probably expecting it, but we also have their channel on the screen right now, and we see that they're working on 1,200 subscribers. Now, again, I don't watch videos or subscribe while I live stream. I see that Nesha Antoinette is going to bring us fashion, vlogging, tutorials, and inspirations. I'm sure there's more variety here as well. What I'm going to do, I like to connect with videos that are longer than 3 minutes if I can. So I'm going to take this 18-minute video, and I'm going to put this into my watch later list. And again, what that will allow me to do is after the live stream today, I'll go through my watch later list. I'll watch that video in full. I will give you a thumbs up and a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of that video. I will subscribe and put the notification bell on as I do for all creators, and that should make our connection stick. And then hopefully you have our notification bell on now as well so you don't miss our further live streams. We are usually here 3 times a week or more. We mix up the days and times so that we can meet different creators from around the world in different time zones. And what we're going to do right now, thank you to all of our super chatters. I know Mel runs things, gifted a membership as well. I really do appreciate all of that over the top generous support. We always put those channels up on the screen right away. It's time to spin the wheel, so I'll do that right this second. Now, I mentioned the channel 2 Pineapples that is in the background right now. Lou is usually working. They're in Hawaii. So right now is just about dinner time for us in the Eastern time zone. It's 5:30 p.m. But for them, it's several hours earlier, middle of the workday, let's say. So what I'm going to do, though, is I'm going to show you a clip from an interview series of videos that we have now, where they are listed in a playlist and as a podcast on the Tuber Chat channel. They are extremely informative. What I tried to do in that series, even though I used the word interview, it's really friendly conversations because we've all known each other for years, literally. They've been through all the things we're going through. They continue that today. And the only other thing I can tell you about this interview series and these creators like 2 Pineapples is that they have all long passed their 10,000 subscribers. We've had a friendship that's gone on beyond 3 years now. I think we're actually getting a lot closer to 4. And I appreciate your friendship, Lou, of course, but I remember very clearly, I won't forget this, a conversation that we had. You were talking to me about how to grow over the course of all this time. And you mentioned the idea of coming into live streams in the chat, hanging out and having true conversation with people so that you can really get to know people and get known as well.
Yeah, that was way back. Looking back, I went from 0 to 1,000 to 4,000 overnight. And the 0 to, I think it was 82, was a completely different crowd than the 3,000 to 4,000 crowd.
Right.
And in the live stream, the people that are in when you're at the 4,000, when you're at 4,000 subscribers, aren't the people that you started with.
Okay.
And coming into a live stream, especially a live stream like mine, it's important to recognize the situation. There's a very good chance everybody knows that you're going to have a channel. You don't have to tell them. They can click on your name and look it up. There's a pretty good chance that everybody is going to welcome you if you come in with just a hello. For us, it's an aloha, but just a hello. How are things going? I had a double cheeseburger today, and start or jump into a conversation like that, instead of just coming in and self-promoting or telling people another channel that you came from, or instinctively trying to drop a link because you're desperate to grow your channel. You'll grow if there's 3 people in that live stream and you sit with them for 30 minutes and just talk about what you did the last weekend, there's a good chance you're going to get into the conversation that you have a channel, or they're already looking at your channel and will bring it up, and you'll get a subscriber without even trying. Less is more in a live stream. Blasting and marketing yourself in another person's live stream get you nowhere. And my live stream is loaded with moderators and tools. I have a team. I have a Monday meeting. Every Monday, a meeting with all my moderators. I have 11 of them. They all do different things. One is engaged in community safety and preparation. One is involved in making sure my content and links get out. Another one is in safety and security. Another one is just a meet and greeter. Everybody has a role to play. So coming into a live stream like mine, and I'm not the only one, coming into a live stream like mine and just blasting where you're from, as where you came from as another channel, or self-promoting, it won't last. So be friendly. I mean, it's a good spot to just say, hey, I went to the river last week and went fishing. It's a great spot to be able to do that. You'll make more friends that way faster.
right, we're just about back. Nesha Antoinette, thank you again for that overly generous super chat a second time. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. This channel's here. We try to stream 3 times a week. I've got a few life changes coming up, all for good reason, that will probably have me setting a schedule again very soon. But we've been trying to keep these up every 3 days or so. And then thank you, Greenland Quilter Katie, for asking. Create and Relate just upgraded their membership to silver, and I really do appreciate that. We have memberships available on the channel. I try not to solicit that thing. You do not have to be a member. You do not have to super chat to get your channel on the screen or the wheel, and I will add names to the wheel from our chat list based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation over the course of the stream. We expect to be here still for another long beyond 2 hours right now. Silver members have their channel seen every day in the slides that run at the beginning, middle, and end of every live stream when I switch screens like this. And then gold members have the same, but they also get their link dropped automatically throughout the chat by Nightbot. You've probably already seen that. Miss Canadian Scrapper, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody. As long as everybody's still active in the chat, we should get around to saying hello to everyone. And then when we look at the screen, I spun the wheel, so Scotty J Travels is up there. I'm just going to do one thing really quickly that I didn't do before we finished that break there. So I'll show everybody how to do this actually. So what we do, as much as I say I don't want to solicit super chats and memberships and things like that, I promise you they are unnecessary, appreciated when they happen. But I'll show you how to set a super chat goal, because this is a feature that I believe almost every channel has now for premieres and live streams. What you can do, this is a window I have on another screen that you don't usually see, but this is how I keep track of the chat while we're streaming. I don't do a great job, but I do as well as I can. We know it moves fast. So what you do is just hit this goal button. You can only see it when you're looking at your own live stream. You could do it before the stream starts, but you can only see it out here, not inside the YouTube studio. It gives you options for how many super chats do you want to be included in the goal. I don't have super stickers enabled on the Tuber Chat channel. That's another long speech. When you set this, my recommendation is, if you have a channel that doesn't yet get a super chat in every premiere and live stream, I would set the goal to 1, because what we're trying to do is just improve a little bit at a time. You know, if you set the goal to 20 super chats and you usually don't get any, chances are you're probably not going to get any, because nobody can feel like they're helping you, right? Whereas the help comes if you're a channel that usually gets 2 or 3 super chats, let's say, I would set the goal to 5, because you might find a couple of people wanting to help you, dropping that 4th and 5th super chat to hit that goal. Now I set mine to 5 here, but you'll also notice that I pull another trick and I don't even set the goal until after we've been through the first half hour of the stream. So that's another trick, and when your channel's established and you regularly get super chats within your first half hour, then by all means, any idea that I have that you like, go ahead and copy or do as I do. Most of my ideas are not original. They're just mashups of other things I've seen, or straight up ripoffs, like our membership emojis, as you see from Facebook and LinkedIn and everywhere else. You should give your audience something special for hitting the goal, but I do the same thing and say, we'll do what we always do, because I haven't got a better idea for that. I can't tell the difference between the good ideas or the bad ones, so you guys will have to just try to avoid the bad ones. And then, yes, the goal timer starts running as soon as you set the goal. Thank you for saying that, Just Jason Keto, because if you set the goal long before your stream or premiere even starts, then the goal could run out before you even begin. So it's a trick there, trying to do it either while you're streaming or right beforehand. So these are just tips, but thank you for that. Now, hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. I put the chat away there, so I wasn't able to see everything. And then thank you, Outgoing Yazzie. Yes, it has nothing to do with Tuber Chat, but I happened to do something fun yesterday, and I don't often do a lot of the things. I'm trying to remember that tomorrow doesn't always come. I'm one of these people who lives for tomorrow all the time instead of living in the moment. And the problem is I miss a lot of opportunities. So yesterday, some friends invited me somewhere. And what we did is we went to, I live in Niagara Falls, Canada. And one of the casinos that does a lot of shows and concerts and everything else, we have a copy of America's Got Talent. In Canada, of course, it's called Canada's Got Talent. So I went to the filming of the finale. It was really, really cool because you see the acts in person, and Howie Mandel was there with Shania Twain and a couple of other judges, and it was really, really cool. It takes all day, but it's fun because, you know, you're part of the TV show and the audience. We've all seen that before. But thank you for mentioning that, Outgoing Azzy. I hope everybody here takes the opportunity to do enough fun things, because none of us is going to be looking back on our life and saying, I wish I spent more time on YouTube, or I wish I spent more time at the office. You know what I mean? But these are just ideas. And forgive me for anything else I've missed in the chat. If anybody needed me to elaborate on anything, or if you have questions or comments you need me to see, just please mention them again with 3 thumbs up, or at mention Tuber Chat, Connect, and Grow. Birthday streams, yes. So Crafty Witch 232, I'll tell the absolute truth about what I think about that, and it's a great question. First of all, you'll hear me often say that I recommend everybody celebrate milestones, somewhat in line with what I was just talking about. Even if you're somebody who doesn't like to celebrate your own achievements or accomplishments or milestones, your friends and people who care about you will want to celebrate for you. They literally want to get behind your channel. They want to get behind your content. They want to get behind everything you're doing. Every person here is going to be somebody's favorite, probably many people's favorite, over the course of your YouTube journey. So, celebrating milestones has 2 benefits. First of all, it gives your audience a chance to feel like they get to know you a little bit more. Every little fact helps us feel like we know each other better, right? And even birthdays and anniversaries and things like that can help. But the other thing, too, is birthday streams are very good for monetization. You are very likely to get some kind of a super chat or a membership gift or something like that. So I give everybody a hint. If you have a milestone coming up, there's a couple things I take very seriously. Birthdays, of course, are wonderful. Monetization celebrations, I try never to miss those. Even if I'm working, I try to get in there if I can. Anybody can message me anytime. I'm on Instagram all the time, like I said, Facebook and Twitter as well. And I will try to make it in. But I hit a lot of birthday live streams for that purpose, and I hit a lot of monetization celebrations for that purpose. So those are just hints. But I promise you, even if you look around this channel, for those of you who've been with Tuber Chat for more than 6 months, you've seen things like Christmas, you've seen my birthday, which is also at Christmas, you've seen our anniversary and our 800th episode. All of these milestones draw in a heavy-hitting day for monetization. And again, I don't want to solicit that kind of thing or make anybody feel obligated. It's absolutely unnecessary, appreciated when it happens, but I do want to share the fact that that's the truth. So if you can stream on your birthday, some people can't. You know, you're doing family things, or your friends, you know, you're going out, or you've got other plans. But if possible, even if it's the day or before, whenever you have to do it, you will likely draw in a bit of monetization if you're looking for it. Ship to Shore Cruise News, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate every moment everybody can stay. Fairbrick Studios here. TWP Popcorn makes regular appearances. Timmy the Racing Channel is a long time friend. Greenland Quilter Katie's got an anniversary coming up. New England Cajun Roots Reseller LLC has got a birthday next month. That will be really cool. And a major milestone, as a matter of fact. Yes, 75 is... is interesting. Yeah, Lou, it took me a second there. Hope you don't mind the delay, but yeah, she did make me laugh. And then hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat or anything anybody's said. If you need me to elaborate, again, just 3 thumbs up or at mention Tuber Chat, Connect, and Grow. Scotty J Travels is up right now.
For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like.
Oh, my love, Kristen Welton made it into the stream. I wasn't expecting that today. She's actually doing something different today and not with me right now. But thank you for coming in. My love, most of you know her. Kristen Welton, of course, has a channel of her own. We live together in Niagara Falls, Canada, like I said. And she, of course, has been with us from the beginning, and it's inspirational in the creation of the channel. And she's a beloved and dedicated moderator and our longest standing member, of course. So hopefully everybody will connect with her. I know we looked at Greenland Quilter Katie already. She has a special stream coming up tomorrow. Rocky Top Scratcher, good to see you on in the house. And then, again, hopefully I'm not missing anybody. Dee's Garden Adventures, aka Diana, good to see you here. Life in the Piedmont Homestead. She's live frequently, actually. I think it looks to me like a couple of times a week. Scotty J Travels is a brand new channel here, and we don't watch videos or subscribe while we live stream, but what I'm going to do is take your latest video, looks like it's actually on a cruise ship, which is great. I'm going to put this into my watch later list. What that will allow me to do is after the live stream today, I'll go through my watch later list. I'll watch your video in full. I will leave you a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of that video. I'll give you a thumbs up and subscribe and put your notification bell on, as we do for all creators. That should help our connection stick, and then hopefully you have our notification bell on as well so you don't miss our further live streams. We're usually here at least 3 times a week, and we mix up the days and times so that we can meet different creators from around the world in different time zones. And I'll spin the wheel and we'll get another channel coming up. I am Betty J Gathers is here, a beloved and dedicated moderator and member. I've got her on the wheel now, or on the wheel, yes. And she has let me know she's got new content coming soon. I'm pushing her, actually, but she's going to be switching things up. Hopefully I'm not missing anybody again, like I keep mentioning. Cruising on the High Season Travel is coming up.
If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course.
I wondered for a second if PK Adventure Travels is still here, but Ryan, I would love to show you something. The alien tape made it one step closer to the camera. It went from the drawer in the desk to the top of the desk. So my estimation is that by next week it'll make it beside the camera, and then a week after that I might actually put it on the camera. Ryan told me about alien tape weeks ago, and I finally ordered it and I've got it ready. As soon as my camera falls off the desk, I will start using my alien tape. And then Cruising on the High Season Travel, I mentioned, is Rob, a fellow Canadian. He's only a few hours away from me, and he's got a premiere coming up. Now, we set notifications. You've seen me doing this on other channels, like the last channel that we looked at. I did it for a live stream. But we set notifications for everything we see, whether they're premieres or live streams, even though we have the notification bell on for the channel. That gives us the best chance of catching each other for everything that we're doing. It's really in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other, but we have to believe that every bit of interaction, every single click, every thumbs up, every notification helps the algorithm. So it gives us the best chance of catching these, because we know notifications don't always work the way we think that they do. There's another thing I should mention for a quick second. When thinking about your live streams and premieres, on Tuber Chat, I had to move the live stream today just by a few minutes, and it seems like the notifications for 30 minutes did not work as well as they sometimes do. What I've noticed over the last couple of months and I know we've been here for 5 years, but I'm certain of this now, is that once you set a live stream or a premiere, if you move it, you might lose the chance of having those 30-minute notifications go out. The reason why I say this is just so that if you're going to do something like that, like set a premiere or a live stream, you want to put as much consideration as you can into setting it up so you don't have to move it, right? I try not to move them. I'm also trying to think about the moderators when I'm doing that, because, you know, they're volunteering their time in most cases to help us with our live streams. We would like them to enjoy it, and people rearrange their lives to accommodate other people. We've all probably done it, where somebody was going to do a live stream or a premiere, and we said, okay, I'm going to do my shopping or my laundry 3 hours earlier or later because I want to make sure I catch it. I know people do it for Tuber Chat. I certainly appreciate it, so I try not to move them, but that's just another idea. Create and relate. Thank you so much for the super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. We always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen, so we'll look at that channel next before I start spinning the wheel. Yes, I am Betty J Gathers. I know we say it a lot of time. I do what a lot of people do. I procrastinate. I don't want to put anything out if it's not going to be the best I possibly can. But the truth is, when you have 100 videos out there, number 13 and 14 aren't going to matter as much as we think that they are, right? Lots of creators have videos with mistakes in them. Some of my best performing videos, I have produced videos, at least one over 1 million views now on another channel, not my own, but that video was filmed with an iPhone 4S. And, you know, welcome to the 90s, right? That was forever ago. But it doesn't matter. That video still, you know, kills it every month, let's say. Whispered World, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Hopefully you're feeling welcome. And hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. I know I fall behind. Ash's Concerts and Video Showroom is a fairly new channel in the Tuber Chat family, but they are a member. I'm going to put them on the wheel right away. And when we look at what Rob is doing on Cruising on the High Seas and Travel, this creator actually gets involved in a lot of other channels. You see him regularly in other people's thumbnails on their live streams because he's on StreamYard panels with people all the time. Lots of familiar faces. We'll probably see him many times today. When we look at his channel, he sets up a lot of live streams as well as premieres well in advance, so lots of notifications there. What he's been doing is he'll travel when he can and cruise as often as possible, but he brings us reviews of a lot of popular dishes or meals from a lot of the popular chains, franchises, and fast food places. Now, because he's a fellow Canadian only a few hours away from me, I recognize everything I see. I'm sure most people recognize the Shamrock Shake from McDonald's, but these are the kind of things that Rob is doing, and it gives you an idea of some of the things that are out there and whether you might like them before you have to try them. So hopefully everybody will connect with Cruising on the High Seas and Travel. He's also got some shorts over here as well. These have gotten into 1,800 and 2,400 views. And then live streams, like I said, we're going to see him 1 million times. He did pass his 1,000 subscribers as well, so I know he'll be excited about that. It's an important and exciting milestone in everybody's YouTube journey, and I'm hoping we can get him a few more subscribers to keep that 1,000 locked in. And then... yes, Abandoned and Forgotten Whales. My goodness, 600 videos. Ask Michael's Adventures, everybody in the chat, if he even remembers what was video number 1347, because he's got 4,100 videos on his channel. Ask somebody like Two Pineapples now, who has hundreds of videos and live streams, how much it mattered when a mistake happened. I promise you it doesn't. We just need to build a huge catalog of content. You know, we're aiming to do 100 videos or shorts or live streams and then see how we feel about it. We will progress along the way, and I promise you, even somebody like Sean Cannell from Think Media tells you occasionally to go back and look at his very first video so you can see the progress. Nobody would have imagined Think Media would be one of the biggest, if not the biggest, YouTube channel that talks about the things that we do over all this time. There's a group of about 10 between Think Media, Daryl Eves, video creators, Roberto Blake, Nick Nimmin, Sunny Lenarduzzi, Vanessa Lau. This is a group that I watch frequently, and I hope everybody here is subscribed to the YouTube Creators channel and the Creator Insider channel from YouTube as well. I post their videos on the community page whenever they come out. I post them a couple days later in case anybody, just hasn't had a chance to see them, but they're very informative. There's a new feature coming up, by the way, and forgive me, I won't get into too much story time, but there's a very exciting idea coming for playlists, and the video's on the Creator Insider channel right now. I'm going to put it out tomorrow on the community page, I believe. And what it talks about are playlists. And I promise you're going to find this to be the coolest feature that they've added in years, where it sounds to me like what they're going to do is let you make a playlist, put as many videos in it as you want, and let the viewers vote up and down the videos in the playlist. And you can imagine the different use cases we could have for that. If you wanted to do competitions and collaborations, you have to be careful, because one of the things you think about when you include a bunch of people's content that they worked very hard on when we're all in the beginnings of our YouTube journeys. Not very many of us are television and movie producers and, directors of photography and everything else. So you don't want to make somebody who ends up in last place feel bad about that. So you have to be very careful. But these are thoughts in my head already about this feature. But I think that's going to be amazing. And I've already got plans for that, depending on how quickly they pull it out. So, when we look at the screen right now, we're looking at Create and Relate. And thank you for the super chat, by the way. They've done that countless times before. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. We always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen. We'll get back to spinning the wheel soon.
If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone.
Did Hats on a Mission slip in here? I just saw them in the participant list. I missed you in the chat. That's Jeremy from Jeremy and Cheryl's Cruise Adventures, and cruising is fun anytime. I catch them as often as I can. They're on daily with Eddie Lugo Studios for the Go Live Together morning show. Handicapped Travelers just dropped a super chat as well. So we'll look at Life in the Piedmont Homestead next, and then we'll go to Handicapped Travelers right after that. It's a generous thing to do. They drop a super chat so that we'll look at another channel. We've seen that countless times here on the Tuber Chat channel, and I honor those, of course. But Life in the Piedmont Homestead is another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. So it's great to be able to look at their channel. We'll do that in a moment. Create and Relate is bringing us a lot of crafting and do-it-yourself videos, arts, crafts. They literally say that on their About section. I've seen a lot of unboxing and product review videos. Now I'm starting to see a bit more of the creations that are made with the things that they unbox and review. So it could be a Temu haul kind of idea, or it could be individual products. They've got a few things related to filming here. There's something for your SD cards. There's some lighting we can use. They've got a camera in here, and then they've got things like a Cricut machine where they can start making merchandise as well. That's just a hint and idea, but you know what I mean. When we look at Create and Relate, we also see shorts on the channel. These have gotten into 1,000 views, actually 1,300 and more on one of these. And then when we get into live streams, we see that they're live pretty frequently now. I just caught them yeah, what was it? Just a few days ago, was it? I thought it was a week ago. Maybe I caught another one. Oh, the diamond painting one. Yes, of course. As a matter of fact, in our stream here, I asked Create and Relate if they would show us some diamond painting finished products in their live stream, knowing that I was going to try to catch that. But diamond painting is cool. I've never done it, but we've got lots of friends that do it now in the Tuber Chat family. I think it looks therapeutic. I think it looks relaxing. Not to mention artistic. And that's my kind of art, something where the the spaces are laid out, you're dropping the diamonds where they go. Of course you could customize them and everything like that, but I would be the Lego kind of guy to follow those instructions. New England Cajun Roots Reseller LLC, I'm going to put that channel up onto the screen right after Handicapped Travelers, and Driving Daily is dropping a super chat as well. I really do appreciate that extra generous support from both of you, and we'll look at those channels shortly. We always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen right away, and then we get back to spinning the wheel. So I'm going to try to move it now because I know I've done a lot of talking. Now, if anybody needs me to elaborate on anything or has any questions, I'm happy to answer them if I can. I try not to tell anybody what they should or shouldn't do with their channel or their content, even if it sounds like that. But the idea is for us to share knowledge and experience with each other, so that we can all benefit, myself included. So, Michael's Adventures always generously offers to give up his spot on the wheel. He's a beloved and dedicated moderator, but we're going to look at his channel right after Tuber Chat because he's going to drop a premiere after our copyright-free music stream. So we get 3 hours of Tuber Chat, an hour on the copyright-free music channel. We can keep connecting. Then we're going to go to Michael's Adventures channel for what will probably be a half-hour premiere. He runs a premiere every single night, sometimes more than once a day, and then we will be able to keep connecting like you can in any of our moderators' channels, as a matter of fact. Tim Mitchell's gifting 5 memberships as well. Thank you for that. It's another generous thing to have done. I'll put your channel up right after Driving Daily, and we'll have a handful of creators grabbing those gifted memberships. I'm sure they'll all be excited. A couple of those friends we haven't seen for a while, so you'll be surprised. The notifications on gifted memberships are just out of control. They work better than anything. Usually what happens when somebody gifts any more than one membership in a stream, we often see those creators come in during the course of the stream because the notifications are just so great. But thank you for that. And Tim Mitchell is always with Cooking with the Munchie Mafia Official. They've actually got 3 channels between them. 2 of them are members here, so I'll show you those when we get to Tim Mitchell right after Driving Daily, right after New England Cajun Roots Reseller LLC, and Handicapped Travelers, which is coming up next. So when we look at life in the Piedmont homestead, like I said, this is another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. They've been friends of ours for years as well. Of course, it's homesteading content, and that can involve the kitchen, it can involve the garden, it can involve a lot more outdoor content as well. I'm just going to grab the latest video, put that in my catch-up list. I know I'm behind with them. I've caught them for some live streams, but not videos lately. Shorts on this channel have gotten into 2,500, 3,400 views and beyond, all in line with their regular content. Lots of creators bring variety into the shorts videos, regardless of their niche. Some creators, and I find it's a lot of homesteading channels in particular, or crafting channels, or knitting and sewing channels, they tend to keep things pretty much the same. Life in the Piedmont Homestead seems to be doing that, and then like I said, they live stream frequently. I just caught them a couple weeks ago. Hopefully I'll catch them again soon, and they've been featured on dozens of other channels or more. They also are working on 1,900 subscribers, so we'd love to push them a little bit farther towards that milestone. JD Day, let me double check this. Is this Jeremy D Day? Because I saw this the other day. Oh, it is, yeah, okay, Jeremy D Day. I wonder if that's a 3rd channel for Jeremy D Day. Mona Did What is another longtime friend. She's doing fantastic. She's somewhere around 10,000 subscribers. I gotta go look. She's getting close, if not already there. And she's been with us from the beginning as well. Broke but bountifully blessed Carol, thank you for the super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. We're going to put your channel up right after Cooking with the Munchie Mafia Official.
If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around.
Handicapped Travelers dropped that super chat so that we would look at life in the Piedmont homestead. So thank you again for that. Handicapped Travelers has done things like that countless times before. They're familiar to us because they're here with us for just about every stream. They're longtime friends, actually. They bring us a lot of spiritual inspiration. I'll show you a second channel they've got set up for that. And they will bring us a lot of outdoor content, usually travel. Once in a while, they do some cooking videos, a little more frequently lately than anything else. But they travel when they can. And then, of course, they're bringing us the aspects of traveling from a certain perspective. When you read their About section, you'll get an idea. When you look at shorts on this channel, it's a lot of variety, but getting into 2,600 views and beyond with some winter weather there, and then live streams on the channel as well. They typically do these about once a month, so they've got one coming up at the end of the month here, and they're going to do a get to know us type of live stream. Sometimes they do kind of a game like a trivia, but either way, most live streams are driven by the chat, and conversation kind of goes all over the place, but gives us a great chance to get to know the creators behind the channels. So I'll look forward to that. I got the notification on, of course. And then when we look at Handicapped Travelers, like I said, they've got another channel called Sir Dank for Jesus. And that brings us spiritual inspiration, as you can imagine. When you look at the thumbnails, you get an idea of what's happening here. I'm just going to grab the latest video, put that into my catch-up list so I can stay caught up with them or get caught up. And then we know that Handicapped Travelers is here with us, like I said, just about every day. This channel, they're posting fairly frequently on, and it's past its 100 subscribers, which is great to see. I'm hoping we can get another couple of subscribers here just to lock in that 100. We know YouTube plays games with our numbers, but it's wonderful when we can hit a milestone and stay there. And Sir Dang for Jesus, it's great to know that they've passed that milestone, because the first 100 is exciting and important in every channel's journey, right? Mona did what? Thank you so much for the super chat. They actually intended for us to look at Handicapped Traveler, but Handicapped Traveler dropped a super chat right before that. So we'll look at Mona did what right after Broke but Bountifully Blessed. And thank you everybody for this overwhelming extra generous support. We're also going to look at the unofficial official off-topic squirrel as soon as we get to Tim Mitchell and Cooking with the Munchie Mafia official.
If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share.
And thank you, Mona did what? They're actually dropping another super chat. Absolutely unnecessary, but I do appreciate it. For Elfish Tanks. And then let me mark that with Mona did what? So we have a look, and we'll find out once and for all how many subscribers she's at now, because she's done spectacularly. She's been a friend for many years, but she's an incredibly dynamic creator and draws in a lot of friends. Explore with Meg, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Hopefully you're feeling welcome. Our instructions are always in our video description for anybody who's new or fairly new to Tuber Chat. And then New England Cajun Roots Resellers LLC is a channel I'm just getting to know. They dropped a super chat as well. You can see from their homepage they got a lot of featured channels here. So they came over from Two Old Guys Vintage and Resale. They've been longtime members actually. And then thank you, Mona. You don't have to do that every time. You can just tell me if you want me to look at another channel, because you've overdone it already. But Mona did what? Has another one here for Vintage Style by Joe. She's here with us just about every day. So we'll look at that channel along with Elfish Tanks in a few minutes. But thank you for that. Cruz Bolero. Not sure if I said hello, but it's good to see you in the house. And then New England Cajun Roots Reseller LLC. We'll have a look at their videos here. What we can do is actually look at the About section. We'll get some ideas about the channel here. So they want to simplify making video creation. They want to make it easy and fun for everyone. They want to do some how-to videos and show us some live streaming as well. But when we get into the shorts videos, we'll see more variety as we would expect, getting into 1,100 and 2,600 views. And then when we look at live streams on this channel, they got a few set up already in advance. I've got the notification bells on for those. But these are live auction style sales. And I talk about this often, just about every day here in Superchat, because we've got a lot of channels that do this now, at least 10. If I was to name them off, I have to think of all the names. But this is a really cool idea, and some of these creators have been doing this for years. I think New England Cajun Roots Reseller, if I understood a thumbnail that I just saw on their channel, they might have been doing this for 5 years already. But there's other platforms popping up now, becoming popular based on just this idea alone, which is like Whatnot. For instance, people are starting to really use more for collectibles than anything else, but still live auction sales. It's an app, more like TikTok, right? And then these live auction sales are really cool because you hang out in the stream. They show items on the screen, obviously with StreamYard panelists, so lots of variety there. And then you bid on the items right there. They talk about shipping and things like that. Usually you can get incredible deals from our friends who are doing this. Together we travel. Good to see you in the house. And then Mona Did What is dropping another super chat here. Thank you again, Mona. Bannon and Forgotten Whales, I really do appreciate that extra generous support. We'll look at their channel shortly. Just trying to get my ducks in a row here. My goodness. I've got quite a list, so thank you. Mona Did What for that, and and for Rushing Wind Mountain. It's not my birthday today, Mona, but thank you for this. You don't have to do it every time, though, as well. Yes, it can be fun, but I certainly appreciate it. Cruise Nuts, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. Mona's done this kind of thing countless times before. Here as well. Like I said, she's been with us for years. You'll see what I mean when we get to her channel. That's going to be in a little bit. So what we're going to do right now, though, we're going to take a break for a few minutes. I'm going to grab a drink. Everybody can do the same. We'll come back. Right before we do that break, I'm going to play a clip from our interview series again. We saw 2 pineapples earlier. We'll look at another creator right now. The 5th episode is coming out this week. The 6th one's been filmed. I just have to edit it. We'll get it out in a few weeks. And these are conversations that are extremely informative. All of the creators involved have been through exactly what we're going through. They're still with us today. They've been with us for years, and all of them have long passed their 10,000 subscribers.
Don't forget the people who've got you there. Like, this is why I'm very open with coming on with Superchat, because I remember I only had, I think, about 2,000, 3,000 subscribers at the time.
Probably.
And I got involved in that group, and there's other groups as well. What you know, if you cast your bread across the waters, it will come back. You know, so always, and there's always somebody that I've engaged in on YouTube, totally different hobby, pastime.
Okay.
But we're linked by the ways. But they will know somebody that's scale modeling, and they will mention me to them.
Right.
So there's always that as well. You've got to look at it as, when you're building your channel, always try to give back what you've taken out of it. So that's why if I'm home night, you know, in the weekend, and Tuber Chat, because I've got it notified, if he comes on, I will pop in, give him a super chat, and I make sure I get on that bloody wheel of
There you go.
You know, and so that I've put back in, because remember, I was there as well. I was lowly. If you remember rightly, that one day when I cracked that, I think it was 20,000 subscribers, or was it 10,000 subscribers? Because you went up to 5,000, wasn't it? And I said to you, because I'm on 10,000, am I not allowed to be on your channel anymore?
That's right.
You had to change it, didn't you?
I had to change the intro. If somebody was to go back to the first episodes of Tuber Chat, you would hear me say something along the lines of up to 10,000 subscribers. But when Moz6510 Models crossed the 10,000, I had to change the intro for the whole channel so that I could say, and beyond 10,000 subscribers. And now we're here. And you've doubled that number. You're still growing now, so
it's very slow growth. Because as I said, I've taken a month. I wanted to see what a month would do to my channel.
Yeah,
and I was getting 300 to 400 views an hour down to 160 views an hour.
Right.
If I look now, I'm getting 30 views an hour. So even though, but I've done this on purpose. I wanted a break.
Yes.
I just wanted to step back, and now it's back in, and I'm going to start doing it all again now. So
yeah, there's nothing wrong with the break when it's needed. What I have found is when we can get to a place of consistency, taking a week off, it seems to take about a month to get the momentum back, but it does come back.
Yeah, it does come back, but I needed the break. I really did. You know, and I think YouTube have cottoned on to this as well. You've seen a lot of burnout recently on YouTube.
I understand what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah, it is a burnout. Yeah, there's definitely that. But you know, we strive to be better, and that's what it can be.
Yeah,
definitely
improving over time.
Improvement is it, and also it's good. It's edifying for yourself. You know, it really does boost you up when you get a video that gets 10,000 views. It really does. Like, you know, it's great. But there's also the work and the time you put into it, so it's rewarding in that respect as well.
For sure.
right, we're just about back. We're going to look at Driving Daily. They dropped a super chat earlier. I got a little bit of a list of channels to go through, and I'm way behind. for adding a name onto the wheel from our chat list. So I'll do another one soon. And then please let me know, Affiliate Paradise Land, if you're still here. In the meantime, I put New Horizons Above and Beyond onto the wheel. We always add names to the wheel based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation over the course of the stream. And the list that I have in the background from Streamlabs somehow keeps an arbitrary calculation, not just about how long you're here, but how active you are in the chat. So the best idea is literally to be having conversation with creators. And it's very possible for somebody who's only been here for half an hour to pass somebody who's been here for 2 hours on the list. Let's just say we've been here for about an hour and a half today, a little bit less than that. We still got an hour and a half to go. We're only halfway through. So lots of time to put lots of channels on the screen. I'm going to try to move it. When we talk about swapping playlists, thank you for asking, Create and Relate. Yeah, Darren the Fish, it's absolutely unnecessary. I know it's a long wait to get a channel onto the wheel and the screen. But you don't have to super chat to get onto the wheel or the screen. It can take a very long time, like I said, but it's really the least important part of what we're doing here. I know everybody likes the channels on the screen. I know everybody likes when I talk about their channels. I know everybody likes to see their own channel and things like that. But the magic of this channel here, Superchat, really is in the chat. That's why it's called Superchat, because it's the conversations we have with other creators that create the friendships that therefore give us a strong and solid foundation for our channels. I'm just here to talk for 3 hours while everybody's in the chat meeting each other, and putting channels on the screen is the best idea we have so far, because I know, like I said, everybody likes it. It gives me a chance to get to know everybody as well. Driving Dailies up on the screen. Like I said, they dropped a super chat. They've done that many times before. This creator was noticed right away when they first came into the super chat family, and it's got to be beyond a year now. I think it's probably well beyond a year. If I go back and look, maybe I'm wrong, but I'm feeling like it's longer than a year now. This creator has a collection of cars, actually, so they're an auto fanatic. They do a little bit more on the channel, and they actually have some really thought-provoking conversations in some of their videos here. I've caught them for some of the talks about, let's say, electric vehicles and the way that the economies are going to be affected based on tariffs and things like that. It's definitely worth listening to just for that reason, but there's a lot of exciting stuff as well. They're going to take us to some car shows. I used to call these classic car shows, but there's just as many brand new done-up cars in a lot of these. I love, oh my god, it's the Corvette, the Grand Theft Auto car, I call it, from Vice City. If I ever win the lottery, I don't really care about supercars and things like that. I've got a small collection that I'd get if I could, between a DeLorean, a Lamborghini Countach, or even the Grand Theft Auto Corvette there. See, I don't know the cars any better than anybody else, so I'm relying on channels like Driving Daily so I can learn a little bit better. Driving Daily's got shorts on the channel as well. Some of these have done extremely well. 18,000, 35,000 on a couple of these, and then live streams on the channel as well. This creator was noticed for a lot of drifting videos, but they do other things as well. This is really cool. This was just a calm video where they were taking us around one of the shopping malls they grew up with and telling stories. It reminded me of, some of the things I might say if I did a video like that as well. Sweet Acres Koi Farm, good to see you here. Nisa Faraway is in the house. Yeah, you and me both, Driving Daily. Yes, any of the cars my parents had, even the first car I had, would probably be considered a classic now. I had a van. It wasn't anything spectacular. I was happy to have it, of course, when you're, I think I was 19 when I got it, something like that. Let's think about who's coming up next.
For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description, you'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like.
And if anybody needs me to elaborate on anything I've mentioned, or if you have questions, just please ask them in the chat with 3 thumbs up or at mention Superchat Connect and Grow, and I can do what I can for that. Let's look at this for a quick second here. I can't remember where Tim Mitchell came up in the search results the last time we looked at this channel, which would be just 3 days ago. Tim Mitchell and Cooking with the Munchie Mafia official are with us every stream now, and I appreciate that. But I wonder if Tim Mitchell is rising up the search results now like we're hoping. Your search results are going to be different than mine. That goes for everybody, because some of it is based on geographics. Literally, you start seeing videos from your own area and things like that. But Tim Mitchell's in 4th place in the search results right now with just under 100 subscribers at 92, and this creator's got an incredibly popular name. If I scroll down, look at how many Tim Mitchells there are. YouTube lets everybody make as many accounts as they want, name them whatever they want, which I think is ridiculous, but that's just me whining. And but it's great to see Tim Mitchell, I believe, rising up those search results. Mike from Nebraska, good to see you here. I'm not sure if I said hello earlier. And hopefully I haven't missed anybody. Jeremy D-Day's in with his original channel. He's a member, so I'm going to get him onto the wheel. We got lots of channels to go through right now, and we'll get back to spinning. Kitty Life of Road Trips, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. I think I know who that channel is, but I'm just going to have a quick look for a second. I'm quite sure I know this channel, but forgive me if I'm mistaken. This might be a brand new channel coming into the Tuber Chat family. We've got another channel that's got, they change their name sometimes, and they've got Kitty Life in there occasionally. But just let me know if you're brand new. If you don't mind, and I'll appreciate it. Our instructions are always in our video description, of course, for anybody that is brand new. So Tim Mitchell gifted 5 memberships earlier, and I really do appreciate that extra generous support. Forgive me for any of the super chatters that I forgot to thank. I don't mean not to remember. Try to remember to thank everybody more than once. Driving Daily, we just looked at for that reason. And then today I'm almost sure not outgoing Azzy. Today's extremely busy, overwhelmingly busy, and to my surprise, to be honest with you. Tim Mitchell gifted 5 memberships, and it's an incredibly generous thing to have done. And for that reason, we're looking at this channel. He's the producer of Cooking with the Munchie Mafia Official. We're going to look at that channel next. And they've got a 3rd channel called the Unofficial Official Off Topic Squirrel. We'll look at that as well. When we look at Tim Mitchell, we see that this creator's done just a few videos of their own so far, but they've actually done some live streaming as well. Now they've got a few shorts here, and a couple of these have moved 1,100, 1,400. The dash cam footage doesn't surprise me, because a lot of dash cam footage seems to do well in shorts videos. I haven't seen one yet in the Tuber Chat family that I can think of that gets like pumps of views. You know, we all know what kind of dash cam footage is going to get the most views, and we've seen a little bit of that, and I don't want to be encouraging people to film things dangerously or anything like that, but we have seen dash cam footage do well. We have a channel called Norfolk Dashcam, that's what it's called, Norfolk Dashcam, that was with us from the beginning, and they seem to be doing well now. Sweet Acres Koi Farm, forgive me, I forgot to put you on the wheel. I'll do it right now. And Tim Mitchell has got some live streams here, mostly from the road. Actually, I missed the last one, but I caught him for a couple of these. So we'll keep an eye on the channel, see what more they're going to do. They're getting close to that 100 subscribers. We'd love to push them a little bit closer. Thank you for that series of gifted memberships. They gifted 5 memberships earlier. I really do appreciate that myself. I know the recipients will be happy to have them. We're going to look at Cooking with the Munchie Mafia Official, of which Tim Mitchell is the producer. And then when we look at this channel, we see Chef CV who now I'm getting to know through the channel. And what she's doing is not just bringing us into the kitchen to make delicious looking dishes and meals. She's also showing us the cookware, utensils, tools, and appliances that we might consider or might be using in the kitchen as well. I'm just going to grab her latest video. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to keep caught up with the channel. Shorts over here feature more delicious content with a small bit of variety, getting into almost 600 views on a couple of these, and then live streams. And they're live pretty frequently, but they've also got this third channel that I keep talking about, the unofficial, official, off-topic squirrel, where we're going to see a complimentary channel for Chef CV here. And they post videos occasionally, but they've also got shorts on this channel as well. And all of this is pure variety, getting into 1,000 views on one of these, and then live streams as well. And they seem to live stream even over here pretty frequently as well. So hopefully everybody will connect with all of those channels. We'd like to get this third one up to its first 100 subscribers as well. If we get the name right, it should come up in the search results right away. What I have found since the beginning of Superchat is that most of the time, I find that the channels with the longer names are easier to remember than some of the channels with the really short names, and then therefore if we can remember them, they come up in the search results pretty quick. Paralife TV, your everyday wheelchair ninja. I keep saying every day because when people change their name slightly I forget, but yes, Paralife TV, your wheelchair ninja, is in the house from New Brunswick. Good to see you here, another longtime friend. And let's think about what we're going to do next. But Tim Mitchell, thank you for that. They've done things like that many times before, but I really do appreciate that extra generous support. Now, Broke But Beautifully, pardon me, I'm still learning this channel as well. Broke But Bountifully Blessed is Carol. We're going to look at this channel right now. They dropped a super chat earlier.
If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course.
And then when we look at what we're doing here with Broke But Bounty, pardon me, I will get it, I promise you. You'll be surprised how well I say it in a couple weeks. Broke But Bountifully Blessed Carol is a channel we haven't seen on the screen yet, but I think they've been with us at least twice, if not 3 or 4 times already. 377 subscribers, which is great to see. We can look at their About section and get a little bit of information about what they're expecting to bring us. I'm just, now I don't watch videos or subscribe while I live stream, but what I'm going to do is take your latest video, a hot dog casserole. I don't think I've ever seen anything like that. I'm going to put this into my watch later list. What that will allow me to do is after the live stream today, I'll go through my watch later list. I'll watch your video in full. I'll leave you a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of that video. I'll give you a thumbs up, subscribe, and put your notification bell on as I do for all creators. That should make our connection stick, and then hopefully you have our notification bell on as well. I'm sure you do, because like I said, I've seen you 3 or 4 times at least here, if I'm not mistaken. And let's have a look at the shorts over here for a quick second, and live streams as well. Well, already into 1,000 and 1,200 views, which is great to see. And then 1 live stream so far a couple of weeks ago. So I hope you'll continue those, but we'll have our notification bell on, so we'll be ready for those. And then Nisa Faraway's dropping a super chat. They've done that countless times before as well. We've got a few channels to look at first, but Mona Did What dropped a handful of super chats, and I really do appreciate that. It was an overly generous thing to have done, but she's done that kind of thing many times before. So we'll look at Mona Did What very soon. First up is going to be Elfish Tanks. Now, she dropped a super chat so that we would look at handicapped travelers just before we were about to put that channel up anyway, but she kept these going, and now we've got a few friends to look at. We'll look at Vintage Style by Joe, Abandoned and Forgotten Whales, Rushing Wind Mountain, and then Mona Did What. And I'm going to put Jessie Journals and Unboxes onto the wheel right now. She's a member. We always put members and moderators onto the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. And I will clear some names off of the wheel soon. And Angel Light Over Darkness, yeah, I haven't cleared any names off the wheel today. I've got quite a few that I've got to move here. But I will do that during the break. Any of our members or moderators will always be added right back onto the wheel, even if I remove your name. I only take a few off because I know not everybody can be here for 3 hours every time we stream. Web's Web, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. When we look at Elfish Tanks, we'll see what they've got going on in a second here.
If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone.
So Elfish Tanks is up there now, and they're officially on the road to 1,000 subscribers as well. They are at 922 right now. We know that that is an exciting and important milestone in everybody's YouTube journey, but we say you're on a road when you get to a 100 milestone. Since they've passed 900, they're officially on the road to 1,000 right now, which is really cool. And Mona Did What is gifting a membership as well, so thank you for that. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. Of course, she's taken over our stream boss position. I talked about that earlier in the stream today under my camera here. Mona Did What's held that position many times before. But thank you for the extra generous support. And I know that Darren the Fish will be happy to have that. There they are. They're still here. So I'm going to put them on the wheel right now. And yeah, they'll be very excited about that, I'm sure. And Darren the Fish has been with us a few times now as well. And then when we look at Elfish Tanks, so we get some information on their About section about what they're going to bring to us, but they're expanding their tank collection, if I understand right. I'm still getting to know this channel, but they've been with us for what I think is a couple of months now, if I'm not mistaken. 7,500, 8,700 views and beyond, and like a lot of creators, pardon me, their shorts videos feature a lot of variety. And then they're monetized, lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. And they've got live streams with StreamYard panelists, interesting conversation. I've caught them a couple times so far. And then hopefully that will continue. I've got the notification bell on for every channel, of course. But thank you, Mona Did What, for that super chat. Again, they did that so we would look at Elfish Tanks. And they did the same thing for Vintage Style by Joe.
If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or at mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around.
And then Vintage Style by Joe is another channel we've been looking at frequently. They've been with us just about every day. I've caught them many times for live streams as well. I'm just going to grab the latest video because they've been putting these out pretty frequently over the last week and a half. I'll put this into my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to see what they've done here. But lots of these creators are talking to us, not just about a lot of, forgive me, I don't know whether we call sewing the way that it's being done here, fiber crafts or fiber arts, the way that we do with crochet and cross stitch and things like that. I'm still learning all this. I don't do any of it, but I enjoy it as much as anybody else when I'm watching these videos because there's a lot to learn, especially for somebody like me who hasn't done this. Look at some of the things they get to look at that help them when they're looking at patterns and how to create some of the things they want to do. Like look at this circular pattern with a lot of triangles. This stuff is really cool, and I enjoy looking at even the technology behind this stuff to see how these creators are creating these different things. When we look at Vintage Style by Joe, we also see the shorts over here have gotten into 2,300, 2,600 views. And then when we get into live streams, like I said, I've caught them a couple of times, and they seem to be on a couple of times a week. So we'll look forward to that. We got notification bells on for every single channel, and that I'm sure she'll be happy to hear that from Crafty Witch 232. She is a sewing ninja. She seems to be. She really does a great job with measuring, right? And I mean odd shapes. I've seen her make a couple of things now that were not for beginners, I would say. which is really, really cool. Robin101, good to see you here. Thank you for coming in. I'm not sure if we already know this channel. I'm going to look in the background here, or if they might be brand new for us today, but hopefully you're feeling welcome either way. Lucy Grace 56, good to see you here. Thank you for coming in. Foodies Vacations is also in the house, and again, hopefully I haven't missed anybody. Mona Did What dropped a super chat as well. She dropped many today, but so that we would look at Vintage Style by Joe. So thank you for that. It's great that we get a chance to have a look at her channel. Abandoned and Forgotten Whales was here earlier. They might still be with us, I'm not sure. But Mona Did What dropped another super chat, so we would look at this channel as well. They did one more for Rushing Wind Mountain, and then I'll show you Mona Did What's channel soon. Nisa Faraway is coming up. We'll take a break and we'll come back and get to some more channels. We still got over an hour to go. Oh, and then thank you, Robin101. When we look at Abandoned and Forgotten Whales, we see that this creator is doing very well on their channel. They are bringing us abandoned location explorations. We got a lot of channels that do this kind of thing. So they're talking about the forgotten, the hidden, and the untouched. And I see they've got quite a few videos here. I am going to catch up with this one that they put out today. I'll put that into this special playlist. It's got a fun name, but it's just for me to catch up or keep caught up or get caught up with channels. Playlist could be a great tool for that. Shorts on this channel. I wonder if I watched this or if they cut this from a live stream the other day. Because I joke sometimes with creators like this that are doing these abandoned location explorations about how I wouldn't be able to do that. For people who have, I forget if it's arachnophobia, when you're afraid of spiders, let's say. I don't like them any more than anybody else, but, you know, over a lifetime I've had to learn to deal with them. Snakes, I mean, I haven't been in front of snakes ever outside of camping and things like that, so nothing dangerous coming around me, but I understand how frightening that can be for people. For me, it's spaces like this. I don't like, I don't think I have, what do you call it when you're afraid of small spaces? I say the word all the time. I forget what it is right now. But I don't think I have that, you know, specifically. But when I see something like this, I do not like it. I won't go in there. No way. So it makes it that much more interesting when these creators do, because I had no problem watching it. I just don't want to do it. 8,700 views on that shorts video. Then live streams over here as well. Lots of StreamYard panels with more creators doing similar content, which is great to see. And a little bit of variety in here, it looks like, as well. So hopefully everybody will connect with Abandoned and Forgotten Whales. And what a pro logo they got going on there too, eh? And getting close to 600 videos on the channel in total. And then Crafty Witch 232, yes, Butler Family Farm, I think has, I forget what kind of snake they have around. I'm not sure if they have only one or more than one. Claustrophobia, yes, that's it. And I don't think I have it. I just don't like to be in restricted places. I don't know if this is true. I know the story is true, but I don't know if this is why. When I was a young child, my mom, you know, parents used to leave their kids in the car more than anybody would dare do these days. And she left me in the car for a few minutes to go do something in an apartment building, but apparently my attention span couldn't take it. So I got out of the car, which I was not supposed to do, went into the apartment building, and went into the elevator, which I didn't know how to use at that age. And so the elevator door closed. I was stuck in there. And did I ever kick and punch and scream and hit the walls? I terrified everybody in that building. And it was not young people in that building either, by the way. And everybody was horrified and couldn't understand what was going on. And myself, I was terrified because I didn't know what was going on. And I couldn't get out of this elevator. Somebody had to, you know, come and save my life, let's say. And what a production. And I think that's why. I could be wrong. You know, I'm no psychologist, for those of you who thought I might be a psychologist. But I wonder if that's the case. Johnny Small Pepper, thank you for coming in. That is a creator that goes over and above when it comes to sharing. I know you shared my thing out the other day. It has nothing to do with YouTube, nothing to do with Superchat and things like that, but that creator just shares cool things for people all the time. And Johnny Small Pepper's been with us for years, and I really appreciate that. And then Mark DeShark, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. He's got experience with snakes more than me. Robin 101, when we talk about tips or updated tips on putting out content, typically we sprinkle ideas through the chat here when ideas come up more than anything else. I try not to tell anybody what they should or shouldn't do on their channel, even if it sounds like it. But we share experience here, let's just say, and then everybody can do a little bit better, including myself. I strive to improve, of course, but it's always sprinkled throughout the streams, whatever comes up that everybody might be thinking of. There's a couple new features coming, and YouTube puts out videos on their own couple of channels as well that talk about that. But we talk about, best time to post. And we talk about using the new thumbnail feature where we can upload 3 thumbnails for every video, and YouTube will do the work for us, that kind of thing. Bella's Whisper Farmstead, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Rushing Wind Mountain is a longtime dear friend. Now, Mona Did What dropped a super chat for their channel as well. We'll talk about their content in a second.
If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share.
So one of the things that I talk about occasionally, but not very often, is just the idea that here in Tuber Chat, the best success comes from making the first move. Reaching out to other creators and doing for them all the things you wish they will do for you, knowing that they will do it afterwards. It really starts with a conversation and getting to know creators. Most of the people who have been here for long periods of time, meaning months or even years, they will not go to a brand new channel that they don't recognize in the chat right away to connect. They basically just don't jump on everybody right away because they've been at this for a while. They want to make a judgment call by watching the things you say in the chat to see if you might be a loyal and dedicated supporter before they will connect. And it's easy to tell when we start watching what everybody's saying in the chat. Lots of creators will have conversations with you here for weeks, maybe even months before connecting, because they want to be sure. We've all been through this, and nothing's worse than having dead subscribers, we call it. People who subscribe but never watch and never interact with the channel. It can hurt over time if we get too much of that. Lucy Grace 56, I'm always good. Hopefully you are as well, but thank you for asking. And then when we look at Rushing Wind Mountain, this is Ruby. So again, this channel's up because Mona Did What dropped a super chat for Ruby as well. She did it for a handful of channels today, and I really do appreciate that. I'm sure they do also. Rushing Wind Mountain comes from the Pacific Northwest, and this creator brings us nature and wildlife videos, often almost in an ASMR kind of style where they're bringing us pleasing audio and pleasing visuals. Sometimes they go a little bit deeper into nature and wildlife. We'll see that in a quick second here, but their videos can go anywhere from a minute to 12 hours long. They've got shorts over here, and if you go through a lot of these, you'll find some humorous moments, especially when we think about the wildlife, but they've gotten into 11,000, 13,000, 16,000 views on some of these. Then live streams on the channel as well. So Ruby has experimented with horizontal or landscape live streams or vertical and portrait live streams. And these as well go for anywhere from minutes to hours long. More of that content that we kind of put in the same ballpark as ASMR with pleasing audio and pleasing visuals. But this is an incredibly supportive creator. She's here with us just about every single stream, and out there I run into them constantly in other people's premieres and live streams as well. And then Driving Daily, what is Driving Daily's handle? Let me just put them up for a second. What we're going to do right now is go for a break for 3.5 minutes. And right before we do that, I'm going to play another clip from that interview series. The next episode is coming up on Saturday. So instead of a live stream, we're going to drop that episode of the interview series. You'll still be able to connect in the chat the same way we do here, but it'll just be a different thing for that day, and then we'll get back to our live streams on Monday. But that premiere will probably run an hour and 15 or 20 minutes, if I remember right, somewhere around there. And we'll do a copyright-free music stream after on our other channel, like we will today. And hopefully everybody will set the reminders for that. Let's play a clip from one of the episodes that's already out there from our friends on Stable TV. They were in Ireland, which is where they're from, but they moved to Australia. We talk about that in the interview, the differences filming and streaming there compared to here. And Danielle and James were very forthcoming, as all of our guests were, talking about the things that they've been through, the things they continue to go through. All of these creators have been with us for years. They're still with us today. They've all long passed their 10,000 subscribers.
You mentioned the idea of shorts, so that gives me an opportunity to jump right into that. So, in every one of these interviews, I'm asking about opinions, about shorts, how we can get them to work for us. But you're the first creators that I'm talking to that have broken off into a shorts channel. I also noticed that you took the shorts off of the original channel. I'm assuming you uploaded the same ones over there, and now you have over 350 shorts on that channel. At last look, it was I think your fastest moving short video on the shorts channel, which is Unstable TV Shorts, has 22,000 views, and you're already at 768 subscribers. So the biggest thing that I think people are going to be wondering about that is, how do you feel about your decision to break your shorts off into their own channel?
So the reason we did it in the first place was because we felt like the shorts were distracting from our long form videos, because we were getting a lot of views and attention on the shorts. But while we were doing shorts and long form at the same time, it's kind of like the long form was pushed to the back.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
So that's the reason why we split off into a shorts channel by itself. So we kind of use that for just, skits and memes and stuff, and then we use it for promotion videos for our main channel as well.
Mm-hmm.
So you said some of our highest viewed videos on the shorts channel, they are clips from our long form videos with the link in it to send it back. So we just kind of felt it didn't sit right with our channel to have it all together. So we said we'd try and split it and see if it worked.
Yeah, because when we first put them up, we had like you're saying about the YouTube algorithm and stuff, and when you're watching the metrics go up and down. When we start putting the shorts up, the videos that would usually go up and probably after a week they performed the way they done were pushed to the back.
Yeah.
But how we felt from how we were watching our analytics, for anyone watching, do make sure you check your analytics out regularly. It does help.
Yeah.
And there is a research tab as well, so check that out as well. It helps with your channel to get an idea where your viewers are coming in and what they're researching as well.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just a tip for everyone. On the main channel, it didn't sit for us, but even scrolling up and down and how it looked, we didn't like it. But we used the shorts as kind of a voice, say things you can't really say on the main videos that might not go with YouTube's policies. We have a lot of fun with pranking each other and stuff like that. What we have noticed though with our shorts, anything to do with relationships or pranks wise, that skyrockets for us.
Wow.
Or if we do say a trend of meme, sometimes we might get something and sometimes not.
Yeah.
But we've learned that shorts really help us have them crazy ideas where you just get a bit wild when you're filming on YouTube and you're I want to do this, or maybe this might look funny. It's kind of to make ourselves laugh and then just go that direction with it and just come up with crazy stuff then.
All right, we are just about back, and forgive my whiny voice. I made a mistake with our copyright-free music channel. There's a lot to get that thing going. I'm just using an excuse, but I made a mistake, and we're gonna have to skip the how's Mona Did What not coming up in the search results, except I didn't spell it right. That's it right there. Mona Did What dropped a handful of super chats earlier and a gifted membership, and we always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen. So we'll look at her channel right now. She's done that kind of thing many times before, and today was kind of over the top, and I really do appreciate that. She's taken over our stream boss position. I'm sure that's no surprise to everybody. We'll talk about her content in a second, and forgive me because I just cut myself off, but what I was talking about is I made a mistake, and I promise you I don't like when I make mistakes, but I did. I made a mistake with our copyright-free music channel, so we have to skip that stream for today. We'll do one after the premiere on Saturday. And then Michael's Adventures will hopefully have a premiere for us right after Superchat. I can't be certain about our end time. It's probably going to be on time. Now it will be at 8 p.m., 1 hour from now, Eastern, at the top of the hour likely. We still got quite a few channels on the wheel, and we'll keep things going. I was going to add Affiliate Paradise Land to the wheel, but they actually picked up one of those gifted memberships, and I know they're here, so they are on the wheel. I haven't removed any names for people who I think might still be here. I only do it once in a while, and I'll always add members and moderators back onto the wheel if I see them in the chat anyway. But we should be good to go here with everybody that's in the house right now. Thank you, Angel Light Over Darkness. I'm going to leave your channel on the wheel anyway. We'll look at it briefly, even if you got to go for now. I know not everybody can stay here for 3 hours every time we're here, but I do appreciate every moment that everybody can spend. And then you'll notice a trick, and you might think this is ridiculous the way I'm going to mention it, but what I did was I made the stream unlisted now, the one that we're watching right this second. What that does is if some people leave, let's say to go to other channels, which is what we're supposed to be doing to connect with other creators, a lot of people won't come back because it won't be easy to get back to the link for the stream, if that makes any sense. Thank you, Johnny Small Pepper. I only do that when it's overwhelmingly busy. If there's a chance we're going to go way overtime because my voice can't take it. 3 hours is our max. That's all I can do. So we still got almost an hour to go, and then hopefully Michael's Adventures will have that premiere for us, but he's had to change it a couple of times today. I don't mean to do that to everybody, but again, it's just a mistake. And then when we look at Mona Did What, this is the generous creator who dropped that handful of different super chats for different channels today, plus a gifted membership. And like I said, she's done that many times before. Now, I mentioned the idea. I said she's got to be around 10,000 subscribers. She's getting there. This creator is truly dynamic. You'll see that. Let's look at her shorts videos for a quick second here, because you get an idea. You see how much she's always laughing, always having fun. She has got tons of true friends on her channel that, like, I'm sure look forward to everything she does. Almost 8,000 on one of these shorts, 10,000 on one, and over 15,000 on another. Now, Mona Did What does a lot of quilting, but she does a lot more on the channel as well. So this is something different, but an unboxing video. I'll put this into my catch-up list, and that'll give me a chance to catch up with her myself. You see that she posts videos pretty frequently as well. What I have always been impressed with Mona Did What, first of all, she's got tons of experience when it comes to quilting and the machinery that she uses. She will talk to us about how to avoid mistakes if we're getting involved in quilting and how to fix the mistakes that we make, which I think is fantastic. And that's what drew me personally to this channel when she started coming into here years ago. So when we look at the shorts, like I said, there's a bit of variety, but some of these have done extremely well. And she's live frequently. Lots of StreamYard panels. Mona Did What is surrounded by friends all the time. And I've been lucky to catch her many times. It might have been already a month since I caught her live the last time. But we set notifications for everything we see, whether they're live streams or premieres, even though we have the notification bell on for every single channel, and that's always in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other. Of course, she's monetized, lots of ways to support her when we get over to her channel, and I really do appreciate the extra generous support today. And yeah, thank you, Michael's Adventures. Forgive me. It's just, it's just an excuse, but I was rushing at the end. I didn't even realize today I moved the time of today's stream. We've been doing them at 4 p.m. Eastern for a couple of weeks, and today I had it set at 5 p.m. for a reason. I had something to do at 4 p.m. quickly, and then I forgot to change everything else to go along with it, and I promise you it's a small handful of work. Worth it when you get it right. But rating from one thing to another when it's your own can be a bit of a headache with more than one channel. This is part of the reason why I don't necessarily recommend people start more than one channel unless you're sure either.
For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like.
And then Nisa Faraway is up on the screen right now. This channel I often reference as reminding me of National Geographic. They've got really informative videos. You can see they put the captions on them like CapCut or like the TikTok system there, or what people do in Instagram Reels and everything else. But these can be extremely informative, and it's not necessarily the typical wildlife we see regularly. So very informative, very interesting in my opinion. I'm just going to grab the latest video, put that in my catch-up list. They post frequently, so it's tough to keep up with them. They've got shorts on the channel as well. Some of these have done incredibly well. I believe they're moving these also into possibly TikTok, but Instagram Reels for sure. I'm not on TikTok as much as everybody might think. I have it, I look at it here and there, but Instagram Reels, Instagram's where it's at for me, so I'm on there DMing all day long. 1400, 1700 when it comes to shorts on this channel, and then live streams as well. So they tend to do these, usually they cut off right before that 12-hour mark. That's a little bit of a hint. This is what I mean about sprinkled tips throughout our live streams here. One of the tricks that you can do, we learned this, Two Pineapples and Mod6510 Models were helping out with this, along with all of our moderators when I was getting the copyright-free music channel happening. In order to keep the watch hours on a 24 live stream, you have to break the stream every 12 hours, or YouTube won't keep the watch hours, and you lose a lot from the video, or at least you can't be sure, we'll put it that way. So what we recommend, if somebody's going to do something like that, which I don't necessarily recommend, but you could, is to cut the streams under the 12-hour mark so that YouTube for sure retains all your watch hours. This is why we're able to get the copyright-free music channel remonetized so quickly. And Nisa Faraway's taking advantage of that idea right now. They're over 3,200 subscribers. They're posting, I thought it was daily they're posting, and monetized. Like I said, lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships. When we get there, they dropped a super chat, so we looked at their channel right away. We always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as we see them in the chat, and then we get back to spinning the wheel.
If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course.
Then I Am Betty J Gathers is up on the screen right now, another beloved and dedicated moderator, and we mentioned her for a quick second because I know she's got brand new content coming soon. This creator is working on 3,000 subscribers, which I also mentioned is a telling marker for channels. I fully expect anybody with 3,000 to eventually get to 10,000 and possibly even 100,000 if they want to. The only reason 100,000 is questionable, and I don't often mention it, is because it can take years And we don't know what YouTube or the world is going to look like in 3 years. If you think back 3 years ago, you'll remember what I'm talking about. I Am Betty J Gathers is also monetized, of course. She is another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter, of course. She's living her best life over 60. So what this creator's bringing us is a lot of vlogging in the latest videos. These give us a look at her life. She brings us into her home. She takes us out on the road. And then as well, this creator's got a lot of shorts videos. She did 365 in a row. She keeps shorts going today. And you can see that a lot of these, over 8, 9, and 10,000, feature the creator herself, which is not common, so quite an achievement. Then she's got a few more newer shorts this year that have gotten into 13,000 and 15,000 views, which is great. Then live streams on the channel. So she's done tons of live streams. She always does a great job of keeping up with the chat. A truly dynamic creator. You can see she's always smiling and laughing and having a good time. But she invites a lot of other people onto the channel as well. She was challenged, actually, over the Christmas season by Crystal Sparkle to do a series of 12 interviews, which she did. I was honored to have been a part of that. In this conversation, Betty and I talked about the YouTube journey, our friendship, and I got a chance to really talk about my thoughts about some of our moderators, how they became moderators, why I take it so seriously, but still try to make things as automated as possible so that the moderators can hopefully enjoy the streams as well while they're here. We don't want everybody to be moderating the whole time if possible. She's also monetized, of course, and then the Stock Explorer. I wasn't sure if you're still here, but they are. I'll put them right back onto the wheel right now. And I think we're going to spin. Yes, so we'll get our next channel ready to go.
If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone.
I don't think I ever put Crafty Witch 232 onto the wheel today, so forgive me for that. Crafty Witch 232 is somebody who came into the Tuber Chat family much like Jesse Journals and Unboxes, and instantly was supporting people so much, not to mention she posts and streams every day. So I can't remember that I didn't put her on the wheel already, because she's always on the wheel. And Jesse Journals and Unboxes is another creator who's been with us from the beginning. 4.5 years, if you could believe that. We've just been here 5 years now. She's been here most of that time. And Jesse Journals and Unboxes, her support for us has increased over the years, which is quite an interesting trick, actually. She's working on 2,400 subscribers right now. Over the course of the last 4.5 years, this channel has unboxed just about anything that can be unboxed. There's jewelry, there's snacks, stationery, crafting supplies, almost anything that can be thought of. And she's done a lot of hauls on the channel as well, more unboxing kind of ideas. And then she shows us what she makes whenever there are things like crafting supplies, and recently changed the name to Jesse Journals and Unboxes because there's so much journaling, collages, and collaborations with other creators as well. When she posts every Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern. When we get to shorts on the channel, we see that these have gotten into 1,200, 1,300, 2,300 views. And when we look through these, we see a lot of the products that were found in the unboxing videos. Stationery here, crafting supplies here, jewelry, bath and beauty products, snacks, and much more, as you can see. Live streams are occasional on the channel. Jesse Journals and Unboxes has done plenty in the past. She'll likely plan some in the future. 2,400 subscribers, like I said, she's working on, and hopefully everybody will connect with her. This is the kind of creator who supports so many people so much that she can either drop a premiere or go live whenever she wants, and she'll have a flood of support in the chat. So hopefully everybody will connect with her. She's here with us for just about every stream as well.
If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around.
Just Jason Keto is coming up. There's another fellow Canadian. I've met up with him 3 times in real life, actually, because he's only a few hours away from me. As a matter of fact, so I, while it doesn't really matter, just for the sake of getting into story time, I haven't been working full time for a few months, and I really didn't say anything. I only told a couple people if I had to, because I don't want to mention it too much here. But I did pick up a brand new full-time gig, so it's very different. I've been self-employed my whole life. I take jobs once in a while where I work for a few years or whatever, but I took a real job, so I'm gonna be doing real work 9 to 5 every day. I'll be happy to do it, but it's actually going to have me passing Just Jason Keto's area a little more often, so hopefully we'll get a chance to meet up a little bit more. Just Jason Keto and More has an interesting channel where he is helping us with healthy living, healthy eating, especially when it comes to a keto-based diet or lifestyle. And this creator has a ton of recipes for that reason, plus product reviews. These give us some insight when we think about the idea of ingredients and the way they might affect us. His recipes I really enjoy because no matter whether it's chaffles, which he's well known for, or other things, which he's got plenty of on the channel, he will only have a few ingredients, things we usually have in the house, and most of his recipes, if not all, are customizable anyway. We could just swap out a simple ingredient if we wanted to. Just Jason Keto and More is extremely consistent. As often as he can, he streams every week, Thursday at 7:30 Eastern, right after PK Adventure Travels starts. They start at 7, he starts at 7:30, and then he drops videos every Saturday morning now. And this creator also does a lot of other product reviews, like this air fryer here. He might unbox a GoPro or take us out for a trip around somewhere like Niagara Falls or another area if he goes to the States traveling and things like that, just to bring some variety to the channel. He also is willing to head out hundreds of miles away to get informative content from places like Ketopalooza as well. Shorts on this channel have done really well, and there's a hint here about healthy looking shorts or grilling shorts, for instance, where we've got 5,000, 6,000, and even 22,000 views on one of these, and I've seen that one. I promise you it's entertaining. Of course, he's monetized. Lots of ways to support him, including super chats and memberships when we get there. And when we look through his channel, we see that he's got a lot of guests that come in both in videos and live streams to give their tips, tricks, trials, tribulations when it comes to the idea of a keto-based diet or lifestyle, or a keto-based journey, let's say. Once in a while, he does something different. He could be introducing us to other informative and supportive channels, or he could be doing a cook-along live stream, bringing out an Instant Pot or another tool, and he really tries to think about different ideas for the audience, but gives us a vibrant community that is ready to help with questions and comments when we have them in his chats as well. So hopefully everybody will connect with Just Jason Keto and More. He's here as a beloved and dedicated moderator, as well as a member, and working on 5,800 subscribers, which is great to see. And then, I know I'm missing a lot in the chat. I don't mean to miss anybody. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to saying hello to everyone. Affiliate Paradise Land is coming up right now. Another longtime friend.
If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days, and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share.
Canadian Family Life is going to make me start a poll now, inspired by Just Jason Keto's channel. I don't know if there's better names for what I'm going to put out here. And I don't know enough about olives for to know the names of them and this and that. But when you get those like mammoth olives that are stuffed with whatever they're stuffed with, I forget what it is, and almonds and every other thing, I actually like them. I've had them many times. That was something I had plenty of when I was I did a diet a long time ago. You wouldn't know it today, but there was a time around, I don't know, 2009 or 2010 or something, where I lost 30 pounds in 2 months. I didn't know I was doing a keto-based diet because I was just doing what a friend was doing. We were doing it together. And yeah, safely, easily, really wasn't that hard. Still had delicious stuff to eat all the time. Just laid off the chocolate and potato chips and stuff like that, really. And olives were a big thing. I love olives. You know, I like Greek salad, so I'll have black olives in that all the time. Some of the different pizzas I might get from time to time have it. But green olives, yeah, I can sit and pick at those like a snack. I forget about them. I probably have some in the fridge right now that I just haven't bothered with for a while. Kristen got some the other day, so we probably have them here. But I often like to do these polls that have nothing to do with YouTube. When we look at Affiliate Paradise Land, we see another creator who's really on the edge here, getting close to 3,000 subscribers. And I talked about that many times today, where it's a telling marker because of the things you must have been through in your YouTube journey to get organically to 3,000 subscribers. So they're monetized, lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. I'm just going to grab their latest video and put this into my catch-up list. I should have grabbed the make money from bed video instead of the off-grid living. I'm very fascinated with off-grid living, even though I don't intend to do it. I think I'm more worried about, you know, if the power goes out or the zombie apocalypse comes for 3 days or more, what do we do about that? Shorts on this channel have gotten into 1,400, 1,900, 2,400 views and beyond, and then live streams as well. So up to 6 months ago, they were doing plenty of these, and we've got the notification bell on either way, so we'll catch more of what they're going to do. They just put this video out today, as a matter of fact. Hopefully everybody will connect with Affiliate Paradise Land, and they talk about the idea of affiliate marketing. For anybody here who's not already an Amazon associate, that is a huge program, a great way to bring in an extra stream of income for your channel. There's rules about that. It's not, you know, the easiest thing in the world to start, but once your channel has enough traffic, and if you're able to really spend the time to look into making that efficient, it can be very rewarding. Definitely, especially when it comes to sponsored videos and things like that. Let's spin the wheel and we'll get another channel ready to go. Let's take a break for another 3.5 minutes. Right before we do that, I'll play another clip from that interview series. That all of these creators have long passed their 10,000 subscribers. This one's coming to us from Edna's World.
So Edna, thank you for all of this. You mentioned comments earlier quickly, and that's one of the things that comes up in every interview. Of course, we're going to talk about likes, views, subs, and everything else, but comments are a very important part of our interaction with our audience. So what can you tell us in your experience of 8 years now about how to entice more comments on your video shorts and streams?
I can't remember who told me this, but years ago somebody told me, I think I was watching like somebody that I always watched, and one of the things that they said to grow your channel was to always give your audience a job to do.
Okay.
Always give them a call to action, because that's going to keep the people engaged. So if I'm talking about cruising, you know, and then you just kind of have to know how to just ease it into your sentence. So it's like, you know, thanks for watching, make sure you give this video a thumbs up. But then also, if I'm talking about a specific thing like the slot pool, I'll say, you know, have you ever participated in a slot pool? Leave a comment, let me know. And say that. And it's like you're just saying it so naturally that people aren't even realizing that you're making them be engaged, because now they want to tell you their experience.
Yes.
The slot pool. if I'm doing regular life vlogs, like I'm notorious for not liking to try new things.
Okay,
so everybody's always trying to make me eat new foods, and I'm like, you know, have you ever eaten this? What you put, you know, we have a big debate about grits. I don't know if you eat grits. You know, does sugar go on grits, sugar or salt? So that's always, you know, give people something to talk about, and they'll have to, you know, give you their experience. Another thing is to sort of have like an intro and an outro.
Okay.
If I'm doing a live stream or whatever, it's just like, hey guys, come in. If I'm doing a video, it's, you know, hey guys, happy whatever day it is. Happy Tuesday. Welcome back. If I'm doing a sit down video, then I say, you know, hey guys, you know, welcome back. Thank you for clicking this video. Because I feel like a sit down is so much different than a vlog. With the vlog is like me talking to my friends. Hey y'all, this is where we're going to Target today. Let's walk around Target. But if I'm sitting down, that means I'm doing something real specific. I'm only talking about what the topic is. So thank you for clicking this video, because thank you. You have an interest in this particular topic.
All right, we're just about back. We still got half an hour to go. Should be plenty of time to put a handful of channels on the screen. And then Michael's Adventures will have moved his premiere so we can go and see that. And I will set up the live redirect. I'll start dropping the link for that in about 15 minutes. Darren the Fish is up on the screen right now. It's a fairly new channel, but they've been with us several times already. There's only shorts on this channel. And you know that I always say we have to be watching videos that are 3 minutes long from beginning to end. But in the case of a channel like this, we can still connect. What I would recommend, pardon me, is to think about putting their shorts videos, grabbing a few of these. So I would grab one, put it into your watch later list. Make sure that that one gets a nice, healthy 3 or 4 sentence comment. Give it its thumbs up. Use that one to connect with. But then just run a couple of more after. Watch them if you can. I mean, they're less than a minute long in most cases. But what that does is it shows YouTube that, yes, they've only got short videos, but we cared so much that we went back for seconds and thirds already. And so that's just a recommendation. But you see that my connection to this channel is fine. You see that every single channel I ever put on the screen, the connection is always there. We have seen glitches where subscriptions have been taken away. It happens to everybody, but it's so rare. Because I've just been doing the same thing for years and years and years. So Darren the Fish is now at 39 subscribers. We'd love to push them a little bit farther towards the first 100. We know it's an important and exciting milestone in everybody's YouTube journey. And then this creator is letting us know, watches their aquarium, embarks on a journey of life as it thrives in their tank. So that'll be cool to see, a little bit of variety as well. And we'll keep an eye on the channel. We'll spin the wheel. We'll get another channel up onto the screen.
For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like.
And Nesha Antoinette, thank you again, especially for the absolutely over-the-top generosity today. Absolutely unnecessary. Appreciated, of course. Hopefully you've met lots of friends today. Like I said, we still got 25 minutes. I appreciate every moment everybody can spend. I don't expect everybody to be here every day or for 3 hours, you know, all the time. I'm glad to see this here. They've got a 360 video on PK Adventure Travels. That's going to be a premiere. I hope everybody will check this out because it's something I thought would be a lot more common and I haven't seen much of. I gotta find my 360 camera. My nephew gave me one years ago. I feel terrible because I barely used it. It's like I tried it once or twice. It wasn't the easiest thing in the world to get, you know, our minds around, let's say. And so I haven't used it since, but I live in Niagara Falls, which is a beautiful tourist destination, and I'm sure everybody would like to see that. If you haven't already seen a 360 video, it's worth watching this for that reason. This is a channel I was taken away with right away. Ryan and Mel are doing a very thorough job when they give us travel. They're travel agents. Sometimes they do some camping and other types of travel as well, but they're typically talking about cruises here, and they'll do thorough ship tours. They talk about the amenities, they talk about excursions, they give us a lot of room tours and a lot of tips and tricks throughout their videos. They took us they gave us a tour of their RV not too long ago, their travel trailer here, and this is where you'll find some customizations that they went through. They let us know everything that we could possibly think of when it comes to making camping comfortable, and I've done my share of camping. Ryan let me know about alien tape, which now sits on my desk unused. It probably will for a couple of weeks, and then I'll finally get to putting my camera up properly, the one you see that keeps falling off the desk. But these creators have another series as well. Ryan's doing some travel news, and these are like informative stories, but I've really enjoyed this series because there are things we're not going to think of, and I promise you it's one of those ideas where any little bit of information can help. You know, somebody who's never traveled before can't just watch one travel video and then know everything there is to know, you know, going to a destination. When I watch YouTube for information outside of even the Tuber Chat family, if I need to know how to do something like, I don't know, something around the house, changing a faucet or any, you know, ceiling fan or something, I'm going to watch 3 videos. Not just one, not just 2, because I want to see what was missed and what somebody else has to say. When it comes to travel, I'm sure you can watch 50 videos and still find more information. But Ryan's doing a great job here of talking about things we might not think about. So I enjoy that series, but these two have been great, not to mention incredibly supportive to us here in Tuber Chat. Shorts on this channel feature more of the same, a little bit of variety as well. They've gotten into 10,000 and 12,000 views on a couple of these. This video, this one room looks enormous to me. I worked on a cruise ship once, and the staff rooms are the tiniest things you've ever seen. So every time I see a room that's bigger than a closet, I'm amazed. When we look at PK Adventure Travels, we see live streams as well. I mentioned it earlier, but they're on every Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern. Their live streams go for about an hour. Just Jason Keto and More also does an hour. He starts at 7:30, so they kind of cross over, but we know that Thursday night's a big night for content anyway. It's always been a big night on primetime television, if you think about that, but we know that we've got lots of friends bringing content out on Thursday. So hopefully everybody will connect with them. Monetized, of course, lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships. When we get there, we can set these notifications and be ready for the next 3 weeks. Plus, we got the notification bell on for the channel, and they're working on 1,200 subscribers, so we'd love to get them a little bit closer to that as well. And then thank you, Nisa Faraway, for the share as well. Nesha Antoinette was on the Maid of the Mist. Oh, Maid of the Mist is here. Yeah. I haven't done it yet. We have a Canadian one, and it's called Hornblower. It's exactly the same thing. I still haven't done it yet. I got to do it. I've got a GoPro too, so I can, I got a GoPro 12 last year, so I can do the waterproof situation also. We see it all the time. I do have another channel personally, so I do outdoor live streams in Niagara Falls where I just walk around, right? But it's a beautiful place to look at, and we see the Maid of the Mist all the time. They haven't brought it out yet this year. I'm not sure when that starts. It has to be this weekend, because in Canada, we have a long weekend this weekend called Victoria Day. On Monday, we do fireworks and all this stuff. And our American friends will have Memorial Day, I believe, the weekend after, right? It's always 1 week after ours. The rest of the long weekends, I think we pretty much share. We got a few holidays we share and a few we move around. But they're probably waiting for that. Scratch and PPA is up on the screen right now. He's known as a shining jewel in the Tuber Chat family.
If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course.
I miss a lot that goes on in the chat, but once in a while I catch a comment, and it seems like the source knows me better than anybody. And Scratch and PPA is bringing us an interesting twist on lottery ticket scratching. When I say he's a shining jewel in the Tuber Chat family, anybody that's already met him will say he is at least one of their most supportive creators. He's been with us from the beginning here, well over 4.5 years, almost 5 years now. If you can believe, out of 833 of our live streams, he's been here for about 800 of them from beginning to end, if you can imagine. Now, I don't expect anybody to be here every day and for hours at a time. I just have to look up at the sky, shake my head, and thank God, and wonder how on earth we could be so lucky as to have somebody so supportive. But Scratch and PPA has been there to support everything I've done for the last 5 years, pretty much, and is an unbelievable supporter, and I know a lot of people will agree. So when we look at his channel, we know he's a beloved and dedicated moderator here, and he is bringing an interesting twist on lottery ticket scratching by pitting 2 tickets against each other and offering us the opportunity to vote on the content of next week's video if we follow him on Instagram, Twitter, and or Facebook, which of course I do. It sets his series apart, makes it unique, and a lot of fun to be a part of. And lately, I've been voting against my typical picks. There's a couple of lottery tickets that I tend to gravitate towards, and he's a fellow Canadian as well. We've shopped at some of the same stores, I'm sure. And I recognize a lot of the lottery tickets because we're literally so close and in the same province that I see these at the cash registers and pharmacies and variety stores and everything else. I love these crossword tickets and bingo tickets. Those are the ones that I typically play. I play crossword more than anything else. I don't buy a lot of tickets, but when we buy them for each other, Kristen and I give them to each other for Christmas and things like that, or if I happen to pick one up. I forgot. She told me the other day, because I got good news, I should have got a Cash for Life ticket, and I didn't. They give you 1,000 or 2,000 a week for life. This one here, Cash for Life, you see on that thumbnail. But he's got a lot of cool tickets. I also like to see things like Pac-Man and Tetris and, you know, pop culture, video game stuff. But lately I've been picking tickets that go against what I usually would pick. Usually I would pick bingo. I think I picked Big Spin for that one. Crossword I would always pick. I picked Hot Card for that one. That one, to tell the truth, though, is because everybody else was already picking it. So I said I might as well just go with the crowd on that one. This one here, I love the idea of Plinko. I like Price is Right as much as anybody else, but 300 Boom was the one that I picked for that one. But that's a really cool idea that he has to give us the chance to vote on the content, right? So you get to see if you're right. And he's got giveaways in the video series. You see that on his thumbnails here. There's a bit of a hint. His presentation skill, or pardon me, his presentation is always at the forefront of his mind. His video editing skills have been complimented ever since his very first video. Banners updated every single week, if you can believe that. And like I said, he's got the giveaways, and his thumbnails are matched by his bright, beautiful avatar. He premieres every Tuesday at 12:15 Eastern. If you can catch us for one of these premieres, you're going to find one of the fastest rolling chats in any premiere or live stream in the Tuber Chat family. Faster than ours, faster than most others. He rivals those of the Stock Explorer or Garden State Gardener and a few select others. Hopefully you can catch us for these. It's very fast-paced and high energy. And we know that Scratch and PPA is now working on 2,500 subscribers. This creator expanded his content a couple of summers ago when he took a trip to Italy and brought us some vlogging style shorts where he brought us a look at different areas that he visited and a lot of Italian lottery tickets we might not have otherwise seen as well. Then live streams on his channel. He's opened that up and brought us his very first live stream from that trip to Italy as well. And I was lucky to have been there, but I know a lot of people like being there for the stream, but I know a lot of people will be excited to know he's expanded the content on his channel as well. So hopefully everybody will connect with Scratch and PPA. I'd love for you to get some of that support coming back to you as well. And I know our Georgia Suburban Homestead came in. I put them on the wheel right away, but I also see that they gifted a membership. We always put Super Chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen.
If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone.
Then Olga's Crafts and Hobbies. It's interesting to think about, you know, the numbers on our channel, our subscribers and this and that, but we all start at zero. Everybody does. Some channels move faster than others, but truly it's not a race. And I promise you, it's very possible, I know this from experience, for a channel with 5,000 subscribers to be doing much better than a channel with 70,000 subscribers, let's just say, when it comes to monetization. And that comes down to what your goals are, what you really want out of your channel. People start channels for different reasons. There's 50 million channels out there or much more. That means there's 50 million different reasons why we start them. And everybody starts at zero. I can tell you right now, the first channel that I ran, which was not mine, I started YouTube by running a channel for somebody else. That was 8 years ago. And that channel took 6 months to get its first 100 subscribers. So you can see we've come a long way. We see channels growing and getting monetized faster than ever today. I'm not saying it's easy, But I'm just saying, now we have a community like this, and a lot of generous people out there willing to help each other. That wasn't as readily available in the beginning. I didn't find the small YouTuber community for a couple years after I started. When we look at our Georgia suburban homestead, of course we see homesteading ideas, but what they're trying to let us know is we can grow our own food in a residential neighborhood. And they've got a comedic way of putting that on their about section. I'll leave it for you to figure that out. I'm going to grab their latest video, put this into my catch-up list. I can see I'm behind. They post frequently. It's mostly outdoor content, but they do bring us into their home as well. When we look at shorts on this channel, we see more of the same. Most of their shorts, if not all, are in line with their long-form content. One of these has gotten into 10,000 views now. And then live streams on the channel as well. Georgia Suburban Homestead has interviewed a lot of different people, whether they're creators or not. They've actually got a second channel as well, and I'll show this to you. I Died NDE, and that stands for near-death experiences. This creator is not even just talking about their own stories on this channel. They're actually looking for other people to share their experiences here. So they only post occasionally, but they've got their 60 subscribers right now. We'd love to push them a little bit farther towards their first 100. When we look at shorts on this channel, we see they've just done one for now. A joke. I feel like that might have been made for me, actually, how much we talk about glitches. And then live streams on the channel as well. So I hope everybody will reach out to our Georgia Suburban Homestead for both of these channels. They have been an overwhelmingly generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter ever since being with us. They've been with us for years now. And then let's think about spinning the wheel.
If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Superchat Connect and Grow. That should help me a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around.
And that's the one question that somebody asks every week, right? I think if Scratch and Pete PA was to hit it big, would he stop doing YouTube? My bet is the answer comes down to what would anybody do, and it really comes down to the amount. So as much as everybody wants Scratch and Pete PA to hit the cash for life or the 2.5 million or we have another lottery. He wouldn't do this on his channel because it's one of those 49 number ones, but it comes up 70 million sometimes. Now we're in Canada, so it's only worth about 45 or 50 million American. But I'm terrified to think of what would happen. So it's an interesting idea that we want to wish each other the best, but at the same time, we don't want to miss each other. I'll tell you right now, my intention, I play lottery every week. I play those 49s. My girlfriend and I, we play 1 ticket each, twice a week, 4 in total, just for fun. You know, and we literally, you know, of course we're gonna split it and share it and everything else. But I think I would still want to try to hang on to what we're doing here. When I started Tuber Chat 5 years ago, if you look back to the original episodes, you'll see they're numbered 001, 002, and that tells you that 5 years ago I intended to make it to 1,000 episodes. Couldn't really calculate how long it would take. It looks like it's going to be another 1.5 years, maybe a little bit less than that. But I insist I want to get there. So even, you know, I don't know what I'm going to do if I win $70 million. I don't know. But even if winning anything up to that amount, I think I would still keep it going because I love what we're doing. You know what I mean? Not to mention, I mean, it's obvious if you have that much money, how much could you spread around the YouTube community to all the people who helped you from the beginning. As a matter of fact, it's easy to do, but I keep statistics for every live stream I have from the beginning so that nobody would ever be forgotten. I literally have 830 spreadsheets so far. Once in a while the Nightbot thing is not working or one of those things is not working, but you know what I mean. I got to start moving it through channels. Michael's Adventure has a premiere coming up. I should have been dropping the link for this already. I'll do it right now. We can keep connecting in his premiere. We're not going to do a copyright free music stream because I made a mistake. And then I've got you, Timmy the Racing channel on the wheel as well. So without seeing what channel, you know, and I'm not going to go look and this and that at different channels to see if they're cheating and this and that, but I think we all know, or most of us know, that it's very possible to cheat, but it also comes down to what people think is cheating. You know what I mean? If you're out there, there's websites where you can buy fake subscribers, but I promise you, it's only going to destroy all the work you're doing. And that's not just an opinion, it's like much closer to fact, right? So I hope nobody bothers with that stuff. There are other ways to promote your channel legitimately through advertising, but you have to really think about that. If anybody's ever going to do that, I hope you'll ask a few people who've already done it so you can get their opinion and see if it's worth it for you first. Because what I've heard the most is it hasn't been worth it. I've not advertised. I did one tiny advertisement at the beginning of Tuber Chat when we started. I think it was on a thing called Sprizzy or something like that. I put I don't know if it was $100 or something. I can't even remember. And fully not worth it, let's just say. But on my personal channel, I went and chased some news. I got about 7,000 subscribers in a few weeks. They're all real, it's real accounts, but those people are never coming back. It was probably a bad idea. It costed a fortune. I didn't make any money for weeks while I was doing it. I thought I was doing something useful and helpful, but now my channel has 10,000 subscribers, but it only performs like a channel with 3,000. So Tuber Chat does 10 times better than my personal channel. And that's a hint. Most of you will know what I'm talking about, but that's an idea. You know what I mean? The subscriber numbers don't matter. So I hope nobody plays around with that. We got better ways to help everybody make money if that's what you want, than worrying about subscribers and view numbers and this and that. But if it looks like a duck and quacks like a duck, 99% of the time, it is a duck. We know people can cheat, and they do, whether we put it that way or not. Whether we want to use the word cheat, it's just we know the fake stuff is out there. You can fake everything. You can fake super chats. I see people doing that, which I think is ridiculous. We can buy fake subscribers, fake views, fake likes. You used to be able to buy fake thumbs down, if you can imagine, but they all disappear after. It's just nonsense. So forgive me. I should get moving through channels here. I dropped a link for Michael's Adventures premiere. I'm going to pin that so everybody can get to it. He's going to let us continue connecting. So hopefully everybody will come over there. The live redirect is set. The Stock Explorer is up on the screen.
If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share.
One of the things I try not to do ever on Tuber Chat is talk negatively, truly, about any channel, even if I know they're doing wrong, unless it's something dangerous. If somebody's out there trolling and doxing people and really being bad without stopping, then I might mention it because I'll say to people, don't go to that channel. But it's very, very, very rare. Simple trolling, simple bullying and stuff like that. As much as I hate it, I promise you it passes. And I've been through my share, I promise you that too. But it dissipates after about 2 weeks. It's 2 weeks of what other people might think is true hell. And I promise you it feels that way at times. But if you can just get through it, I promise it goes away. Trolls are always looking for people that they can affect, and if they can't affect us, they move on. Not to mention YouTube's been bigger, so there's a lot more people out there for them to go after, if that makes any sense. So the Stock Explorer is bringing us the stock markets with a little bit of crypto. They've done that from the beginning. They often have product in hand, and they're forthcoming about their investment plays, whether it's stocks, crypto, or anything else. And Nora will bring a little bit of variety on the channel as well. They're a hard worker, so they are posting and dropping live streams pretty frequently, but without a schedule. excuse me, but the Stock Explorer is so supportive to others. They can go live whenever they want. They always have a flood of support there. Literally one of the channels that I talk about that can rival Scratch and PPA or Garden State Gardener or a few others. When we look at what the Stock Explorer is doing in between the variety, they've also started lottery ticket scratching. They started this a couple years ago. They've been with us for almost 5 years now, and they're working on 2,400 subscribers. The lottery ticket scratching has a few different ideas. So this series of videos they've put out is called Scratching with Strangers, where they literally meet people for the first time, scratch lottery tickets with them, and then of course there's interesting stories to go along with that. As well, the Stock Explorer does a lot of live streaming. Some of these are lottery ticket scratch battles with other creators, and there's lots that goes on in Nora's live streams. It could be some unboxing, lots of happy mail between creators here, as well as lots of StreamYard panels where the conversation could go anywhere, but some of the time Nora is still talking about stocks and crypto, and they've got member bonuses on their channel where they tell you about some of their specific trades. And then when we look at the Stock Explorer, they've got variety in the shorts videos here, but these have done really well. 2,800, 4,300, one at 13,000, and this one still trickles in views. They're monetized, of course. Lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. And then let's spin the wheel, and Sweet Acres Koi Farm is coming up right now.
For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like.
When we look at Sweet Acres Koi Farm, there's another channel I'm still getting to know, but they give us plenty of updates, information, looks around all the things that we're doing so we can learn. I've enjoyed what I've learned so far because there's a few things that I've seen. They've got, especially moving from winter on, they've got like grates that go over the ponds and they have to remove that. They got to think about things that could break and how to fix that. They look at the wind going everywhere here. Stopping them from something else. So I'm just going to grab one of their latest videos here, though. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to catch up with them. They've got more on the channel than Koi, but they do talk about it, and like I said, it's still something I'm still learning about. They've sent over some friends, too, and I appreciate that. 3,300, 3,900, 7,800, one of these over 15,000. Which is great to see, and we see variety in the shorts videos there. Live streams as well. I've been lucky to catch them quite a few times, actually. They seem to be on about once a week, and this always boggles my mind, right? Even with all the experience we've had, how is it possible I catch some creators so often and some creators I just can't seem to catch? But we put notifications on for everybody, and some of us text each other and message each other for other people's premieres and live streams, and I appreciate that stuff as well. I'm going to put the link again for Michael's Adventures premiere. It's starting right now. I've still got a few channels to go through here, and I will leave this live stream running for an extra 3 minutes so everybody can clean up these connections before going over to Michael's Adventures. Crafty Witch 232 is coming up right now. They've got an interesting mix of creativity.
If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course.
When we look at Crafty Witch 232, the first thing you're going to see on the front page is a handful of videos here where they've got a mix of 3D printing and crochet. They got a collaboration here with Paranormal Poet as well, who's a friend of ours. And Crafty Witch 232 brings a lot of what you see on the front page into their live streams. They're on almost every day. They're either once in a while playing a video game like Animal Crossing, or they're creating, and they sell a lot of the things that they make, I've come to learn as well. You notice a lot of pop culture references, especially if I get over to the shorts videos, and you see that some of these have done really well. 10,000, 13,000 on a couple of these. They describe on their About section more of the things that they make, like 3D printing and jewelry making, perler beads, a lot of sewing. Crochet is what I've seen from them more than anything else. And I did notice right away they've got a birthday stream set up for the 16th, which is Friday at 9 p.m. I know I'm going to be driving that day, but I might be done by then. I'm going to get Siri on the case right now, though. Hopefully Siri's doing its thing, and hopefully I'll catch you for this. But this is what I was talking about earlier today. I like to catch milestones and things like birthdays and monetization celebrations and things like that as well. Timmy the Racing Channel is coming up. This used to be Timmy Ray the King. They've changed their name a couple of times, but they're a longtime friend. They've literally been with us for years.
If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone.
Oh, they started a new channel. I always thought this was the original channel, but no, I see they started a new one. So again, I don't watch videos or subscribe while I live stream, but I'll show you a quick trick here, because what I'm going to do is take their latest shorts video, and I don't run videos here, but what I'm going to do is if I go into the URL in my browser here, I can take out the word shorts and I can put the word watch, and you'll see what happens to the video. It turns into a more of a traditional look. You can still watch it in vertical mode here, as you can see, but I've got all the controls I usually have. So I'll give that one its thumbs up, and I'm going to put this into my watch later list, and that will give me a chance to connect with this channel and go through that video after the stream today. When we look at what else we can do, I'm just going to grab another video. I'm going to do the same thing, but I'm going to put this video in a different playlist. And this one I'll put with the rest of what I do every day here. So I'll put it into my catch-up playlist. And that just shows YouTube that I cared enough to go back for seconds already on this channel. You could go a little bit farther and watch 3 or 4 videos. I might if I have a chance while I'm doing this. Sometimes I run videos, sometimes I watch them. I'm sure everybody knows I would have to. We all probably run more videos than we watch. And then let's spin the wheel. We'll get another channel coming up here, but I'll look forward to connecting there. I always thought we were already connected, Timmy the Racing Channel. I didn't realize you started a new channel. Even if you told me, I probably forgot, and forgive me for that. Timmy the Racing Channel's been with us just about every day lately. New Horizons Above and Beyond is also here frequently, almost daily.
If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuberchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around.
I did give myself a thumbs up, the source. I never forget that. One thing I used to do in the beginning when I was starting the Tuberchat channel is I would go through all the streams and I would go with all of my accounts and give the thumbs up. But YouTube started taking them all away. So I just don't bother. I just, I like it with, if I happen to come across one while I'm on a channel, if it comes up recommended, I'll give the thumbs up or set the notification, but I don't bother chasing it now. I did in the first year, but I don't know if YouTube puts up with that anymore. New Horizons Above and Beyond is up on the screen. They bring us a lot of variety, a lot of outdoor content. They've got a couple of channels now. They keep moving things around, changing names, but they give us updates and let us know on their About page what to expect. I've got the latest video. I've put that into my catch-up list. I'm looking at shorts on this channel. These have gotten into 1,600, 2,100 views, more in line with their long-form content. They try to live stream as an experiment a while back, and then I'm just going to grab their second channel here, which hopefully will come up in the search results, and it is Fuzzy Adventures and More. And there it is right there. I haven't connected with this channel yet, so what I'm going to do is put this video in my watch later list. I'll put this one in my catch-up list as well, just for fun. And after the stream today, I'll go through my watch later list and I'll connect with that channel the same way I've been talking about others today. They've even started with shorts already, which is great to see. And then I understand Timmy the Racing channel, but I'm looking forward to your new videos. And then Angel Light Over Darkness 33 is coming up.
If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share.
Angel Light Over Darkness is another very special friend because they've been with me since before Tuber Chat was even a channel. They were with me on my personal channel. I met them probably more than 6 years ago, if you can imagine, and they still come through today. One of my longest standing members here. They've got they're getting close to 3,900 subscribers now, so getting close to 4,000. This is the one-of-a-kind channel that I talked about a couple of times today in the stream, talking about angel numbers. If you haven't already seen how this is done, it is worth coming over. You can watch videos, of course, but Angel Light Over Darkness does live angel readings while you're in the chat. She did one for me the other day. I don't always have her do it when I'm in there. It just depends if I'm able to actually, stay for a long time and listen. She's usually on for quite a bit of time, as you can see, anywhere from an hour to 2 hours, sometimes even longer. I'm often working on a computer while I'm going in and out of people's live streams. But once in a while, I ask her for a reading as well. They're always informative. It's like spiritual inspiration, let's just say, and this can give you some insight, let's say, into what's been going on in your life, what might be happening right now, and what might be to come. So I hope everybody will check this out. She's live frequently, at least a couple of times a week, if not a few. She's got some shorts on the channel as well with a small bit of variety and spiritual inspiration, and a lot of videos as well to give you individual angel numbers and their meanings. So hopefully everybody will connect with Angel Light Over Darkness. And thank you, everybody, for the time that you spent. I really do appreciate every moment. Today was overwhelmingly busy, and I wasn't expecting that. So thank you, everybody, for that. Forgive me for the channels that we did not get to today. Saturday, we're going to drop a video instead of a live stream. So it'll be the next episode in our interview series. Curmudgeon, Alaska will join me for well over an hour. It's going to be extremely informative. They've long passed their 10,000 subscribers as well. And I've still got another episode to put out a few weeks later with Be Amazing Sylvia. Thank you, Scratch and PPA, for dropping those links for that as well. I hope everybody will set the reminder. We put it at our usual time on Saturday. You'll still be able to connect in the chat the same way we do here. Let's go over to Michael's Adventures. He's got a premiere going right now. We can continue connecting over there. All of our moderators allow that kind of thing, and then we'll be back in a few days. Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.
Are you out there grinding day by day, creating your content, trying to find your way? You're dreaming big, but it's hard to stand. You need a crew who understands the plan. From your first of thousands up for the watch time grind, there's a place where creators come to shine. Join the wave, the movement, the vibe. With Tuber Chat, it's your time to thrive. Are you a small YouTuber looking to connect? Tuber Chat's got your back, come get respect. Grow your channel, get your content seen, with loyalty, badges, and perks so clean. Custom emojis, link drops to get featured and join the crew. Super Chat is where you belong. Together we rise. Together we're strong. The first 4,000 hours to the rising stars. Super Chat takes you far beyond the bars. No more struggling on your own. With the fam around, you're never alone. Exclusive perks for those who believe in the power of connection and what you can achieve. Your channel's your vision, we're here to help it grow. Join Super Chat, get in the flow. Are you a small YouTuber looking to connect? Super Chat's got your back, come get respect. Grow your channel, get your content seen, with loyalty, badges, and perks so clean. Custom emojis, link drops to get featured and join the crew. Super Chat is where you belong. Together we rise. Together we're strong. You've got the passion, you've got the drive. With Super Chat, your channel will thrive. So hit subscribe, join the team. Let's build each other up, live the dream. Are you a small YouTuber looking to connect? Super Chat's got your back, come get respect. Grow your channel, get your content seen, with loyalty, badges, and perks so clean. Custom emojis, link drops to get featured and join the crew. Super Chat is where you belong. Together we rise. Together we're strong. So join the ride, it's time to shine. With Super Chat, success you'll find. Let's grow together, it's what we do. The future's bright when we rise with you.